West Prada, call her Sally Coochie, cause this girl is designer, got that Gucci Coochie. Prada on the ass, Gucci on the cooch, Kylie on the lips, give her a big smooch. She the devil wears Prada, call her Sally Coochie, cause this girl is designer, got that Gucci Coochie. Prada on the ass, Gucci on the cooch.
What's up, guys? This is What's the Look? This is episode 2. We're here with Dave, Noah, and Matt. This is Matt's first time on the podcast, making his first appearance. Matt, how you doing today?
Doing fantastic, Will. Thanks for having me here.
By the way, that first snippet of a song you heard was by Justin Jacksen. It was called Coochie Coochie. You can follow him on Instagram at JustinJackson_. And you can also look up his YouTube and subscribe to him there. He's also got a couple other bangers, such as 03 Camry and Corona Lisa.
Shout out Valhalla High School, Justin Jackson.
Oh, I haven't heard of
Ithaca College, shout out California, shout out
Hashtag
USA.
Vegas, hashtag girls in his video.
Hashtag
Go on,
Planet Earth.
check out his YouTube channel. All right.
He came out with the second song, the Camry one. I didn't listen to it.
03 Camry came out before
Corona Lisa.
Corona Lisa, and then he's
Is
got
it
three.
good, the Camry one?
Of course it is.
Yeah.
Camry one's the best one.
Really?
That I think I like that one the best. I like Corona Lisa has some bars though.
I like the music
It
videos.
has some pretty good lyrics
Yeah.
in it.
I like the music videos. Corona Lisa one was pretty interesting. The videos he did.
He's a great guy. But how many views does he have? I mean, he's got it
3,500.
3,500. I mean,
He's got, that's like $3 right there.
he's
That's
obviously
not 350.
he set up his LLC, right? He's got
We're
his
still
company going.
aiming. We're still
He
aiming
must
for
have
our
an
first
LLC.
dollar.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're still cruising for a
We got a
bruiser
couple
right now.
dimes. We got a couple dimes.
We got a couple dimes. I mean, we've spent more than we've made, so you know what? We're in the hole.
I mean,
kudos
it's
to you,
not
man.
about the money. It's about everyone hearing our beautiful voices.
That's right.
Coochie Coochie's got 3.4 thousand views. It's pretty good
3,4 thousand.
On YouTube.
on YouTube.
What about Spotify? He's up on there?
I
on
don't know.
Spotify?
I don't know how to check that.
You can get Spotify on your laptop.
Can you find him on Amazon? Do you know?
Amazon?
Amazon?
I don't know if he has an Amazon.
Yeah,
Well,
what?
he probably has like an Amazon Prime
Amazon
account. We can look
Music? I
that
didn't
up.
even know
No,
that was a
I'm saying,
thing.
Amazon Music.
Well,
Sorry.
besides this song, anything anyone come across this week from our last podcast that they want to bring about? Any topic, any questions they were talking about with other people they want to bring to light? Anything?
Have you guys ever seen Twin Peaks?
Twin
Is that
Peaks.
a
You were talking about that
show?
earlier.
Isn't that a movie also?
I don't know if it's a movie. I think it was originally supposed to be a movie, but I don't know. It's like a show from like 1990, and started last night. Very first episode was an hour and a half long. I don't know if they're all that long, but it was fucking.
It's a show. It's not a movie.
It's
right?
literally it's just a show, but it was like the first. Yeah, there you go. Fucking.
Is it horror or is
It's
it?
his horror.
It's.
Oh, it's
I
like
guess
a.
it's horror. Yeah, I don't know. It's not really that scary.
Looks
so
like it's
far.
from like the 90s.
So the first 2 seasons I think are from the 90s, and then they had a third season that Showtime made in 2017.
And it's
I
on
literally-
Netflix.
So the first 2 seasons are on Netflix, and the third season I guess I have to watch somewhere else. But
You know-
I'm literally only
You know what I
watching
saw this week?
What'd you say?
The Invisible Man
Great
came out
fucking
about a month
movie.
ago. You saw it?
Yeah, but I thought you saw it like a month or two ago.
No, I just saw it a few days ago.
It was amazing. I loved it.
I think
Yeah,
I've seen the original.
you probably did. The
Yeah.
It's not that
original.
old.
It's probably like 2000 or 1990 something.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I don't know how they describe how that person became invisible in the
And
older
Citizens Kane.
book.
Pretty much the best movie ever.
But and the new one, I don't want to give too much away, but he uses like obviously new technology, like he wears a suit to make himself invisible.
Yeah.
And it got me thinking like obviously if you built yourself, if you were capable of building yourself your own invisible suit, you wouldn't want to. I wouldn't want to give it the technology out to the world for everyone else to use. Like I want to keep it for myself,
But
right?
you're saying he gave it to other people?
No, he didn't.
Yeah.
But like he was a scientist who was really smart and
Yeah.
he developed
Tony
a suit.
Stark.
Yeah. So like, just like Tony Stark, like I wouldn't want to give my technology out to everyone so they all have suits and they can all become invisible, or like people
Yeah.
can steal it, bad people can steal it and do bad things. I would want it for myself, and which brought me to the question, which I thought was interesting, is like what would the best thing or first thing you could think of in your head if you had an invisible suit? What would you do if you had one? Where would you go? How would you take advantage of it? If you have anything in mind that first comes to mind.
Jesus Christ.
Girls' locker room.
Girls' locker room. Okay, so we're perving off the bat.
Perving. Off the bat. Perving.
I mean, like.
So wait. So when you say girls' locker room, you don't mean like high school. You mean.
Oh, I guess I can't say that. Oh yeah, I guess that's
I'm talking-
Okay, yeah,
I'm
now
talking-
that we're not in high school.
I'm talking like spying on Trump, going in the White House, see what actually goes down.
You know what? That would be.
Area 51.
Oh, that's what I do.
Yeah.
100%. I want to know.
Welcome to the podcast, Matthew Rubenstein.
We're going to Area 51. Let's go.
After they
that
had
would be-
their big Naruto running raid at Area 51, what, November 13th,
Yeah,
12th?
September. It was September like 24th. They never did it though.
What a
No,
mess.
there
What
were
a
some people
fucking
there. There was like
disaster
500
that was.
people there.
Yeah, but nobody went over the fence.
Oh, yeah, no, I could get shot. You
I don't
kidding
think
me?
anybody
But
did
if
that.
I had an invisible suit,
Bang.
Yeah, but the other problem is that if you have an invisible suit,
You can still
it's
get
not
through
like
all
you
the
just walk through
doors.
walls. You gotta get in somehow. I guess you just
gotta
follow somebody
stand
in.
really close to somebody without them knowing.
Because it's like, I mean, that suit is just so. Because you ever see in like video games or even movies, I guess, is that when someone's invisible with like technology and they're walking through, the light still gets bent via the optics of the suit.
Yeah,
right?
but in this movie, it didn't.
This movie was perfect.
It
but,
was
like I don't
perfect.
think that's realistic though. I don't know how you can make a perfect.
I don't
mean,
know either. Like if like the shadows of your feet.
Yeah.
Like it had like cameras on the feet, I guess. Like
Yeah.
reflecting.
well, you don't need
The
to see
image-
the bottom of your feet.
But still, like, if you're just standing there invisible, wouldn't you see the shadow of your feet walking? Like, how could you
Well-
project image onto that to show that there's nothing above it?
you know that. It would have to be perfectly transparent to let the light of like the sun come through, so it doesn't create a
Yeah.
shadow. I guess.
Yeah, right.
But it's like Matt, you know what I'm talking about though, like with Fallout when you put on like a stealth boy and like you can still see like the outline of your body, right? Because it still bends it in a certain shape.
Well, I don't think anyone knows what you're talking about at Fallout, but everyone plays Halo.
Yeah, Halo 4.
Everyone
Halo
plays
Reach.
Halo, Halo 3.
Halo Reach had invisible.
You turn
Shout out-
invisible.
shout out Halo.
3 did too, yeah.
You turn invisible. I can still see you. You're right there.
Yeah,
Little
yeah,
outline.
Yeah.
Okay, but
You can't
that's
do it in Halo.
Yeah,
There's
but
no
to,
way you
like,
can do it in real
that's a
To the computer, you're invisible.
yeah. And in the movie, you are completely invisible.
I know. I saw the movie too.
Where would you go?
Area 51.
You would just go to Area 51. That would be your
100%.
first thing.
Yeah, aliens, man.
So here's another
Yeah.
question: would you drive there in the invisible suit, or would you drive there without the invisible suit?
I would drive to the closest gas station, which apparently is like 35 to 50 miles away.
Or would you drive your car as close as you could get and then barrel roll out of the car in the visible suit, so you don't have to walk like whatever the 10 miles is beyond the first gate?
No, I would have Will drive me there,
Wow.
and I would
Okay,
be in my
well,
invisible suit
and
already.
so then Will
and
would
then
get
I'd
shot.
go.
Matt, can
No,
I?
he would
and
get
arrested.
really. No, he would get close to the fence, and he'll let me out there when the security guards are stopping him, telling him why the fuck you here and get the fuck away, and I would just walk all around them. And just
Matt,
go my own
are you
way.
endorsing me as a good driver right now?
No.
No, I just know you like to do shenanigans. You would fly out with me to.
Because you know I wouldn't back off.
You know, I've actually been to Area 51, like, right. I didn't
You drove
actually-
past,
I can't
like, the
lie, I
road that
didn't
leads to it?
I didn't make it to the fence because we were literally so low on gas. I went with my dad.
When you went to Alaska?
No, this is when we were like doing a trip from like Denver down to like the Grand Canyon and back.
Mhm.
But it was like we were coming up through, I guess, Utah, and like I looked it up and I was like, we're not that. It's only like 100 miles out of the way, so a couple hundred miles round trip.
Yeah.
And so I made him go like deep into Nevada for just to go to Area 51, and like you get to a certain point outside of like Vegas or North Vegas or whatever, and it just says like no gas for like the next 150 miles, and it's like, all right, well fuck. And so then it's like you get to a point where it's like the extraterrestrial highway. It's like a big green highway sign,
Mhm.
and it just has like stickers all over it. Like people have put stickers all over it, and then there's a big like alien museum, and there's like a big statue of an alien. It was closed.
That's the last gas station. Yeah, Area 51 Museum.
And then
Alien Museum, you have to pay to.
I didn't go
see
into
it?
the museum.
How big is it?
Didn't look that big. It was like a
This is a
small
fan
warehouse.
made thing, like a
I
one
guess,
person made it just
yeah,
for
something
fun.
like that. But it wasn't even open when I was there.
Yeah.
And so you keep driving, and then at that point, I literally was taking screenshots. This was back in the day, so I was like on an iPhone 3 or something. But I was taking screenshots of the map because there was no service out there. So, and the roads are unmarked. Like, there's no names on these roads. So it's literally a dirt road, and you just have to kind of guess where you are.
Yeah.
And so it's like, okay, I think we're making a left on the next dirt road that comes up. And then so we're driving down, and eventually it's like, all right, we're kind of low on gas. Like, we should probably turn around. What the fuck are we doing? But we stopped, and there was another car pulled over, and I guess we, like, pulled up to it, or stopped and talked to them, and it was, like, a German couple, like some tourists, and they had gone, like, maybe just, like, 5 miles further down the road, down the dirt road, and they get to a sign, and they took pictures of it, and they showed me on their camera, and it's like a big sign, and you kids find it on the internet, and it just says, like, if you cross this line, the first offense is, like, you'll be detained for, like, 48 hours, and then if you do it a second time, it's a $5,000 fee, and you could be arrested, whatever,
So what do they have, like security cameras? Like as soon as
they
they
don't
see
even
you
have
cross it,
they
they
don't
come
even
out and arrest
they don't even
you?
have security cameras. They also, so this German woman showed me pictures that she like zoomed in on, and it was like way in the distance up on the hill. You could see like a Ford, F-150, like up on the hill with literally guys with binoculars just looking down at you, like
Jesus Christ.
if you
It's,
come
like,
up that
silly,
close.
You know,
like-
there's some shit in there. There's
No, there's
obviously
definitely some shit,
I
yeah.
mean,
But
there's
it's-
stuff, but I'm saying shit.
Yeah,
But
there's some
it's like
shit.
it's silly. It's because like, why would they sit there in binoculars? Like, what are you gonna do? Like, what? Like, why would they just be that ready? Like, what are you
So,
gonna do? What,
the
what could
re-
anyone really do?
The reason they're so ready at Area 51, a lot of people think it's aliens and stuff, but many believe that, or it is a fact that Area 51 is where experimental aircraft is being tested in the United States. So, top secret new aircraft for war and stuff like that is being made there. So they don't want anyone going in. Who knows? Those foreign people know. I meant they could be spies for some country. Want to go see
so
what
let's
the new
say
plane
back
is.
to the
Who
original
knows?
question: if you could only have if you had the invisible suit, and in mind you know that all they have there is testing new aircraft, would you still pick that place as your main place to go?
Well, but you don't actually know that that's all they have.
No, I'm saying if you did, if you did know.
did know
In my
that.
scenario, if you did know,
Like, if you knew that that's all that was happening.
yeah,
would you
yeah.
still
go?
Would you still go, or would you go? Like, would you go to the White House? I know you said probably not.
No, what I would
Fuck that.
use my invisible suit for is to make money because I want money, and I don't know how would you make money with an invisible suit?
What's the most lucrative way to make money? Fucking
Being invisible.
The most lucrative way to make money.
I don't know.
But like,
Like, what's the
in
strongest
movie,
way to
in
weightlift?
the movie, like literally, you could do anything, and like no one can believe. Like if I said, I was thinking, I was like, I would go to every Sabres game for free. Like I would go to every Sabres hockey home game for
So you're
free.
gonna stand
Yeah, but
there.
I don't-
I would find a seat that no one's sitting in or something like that, and or if I sit in the aisle, just like on the
Yeah.
What happens
the
if someone
steps-
bumps into you while
Well,
you're
no,
sitting there?
Well, here's
Well,
the
he'll
thing.
be
Here's the
stealthy.
thing. Well, here's the thing. If one person bumps into me, how are they gonna prove that what they think of what just happened? Like everyone's gonna think they're crazy if it was just one person. You know what I'm saying? Like, it'll just blow by and like nothing will come of it ever if it's just one person that noticed it or it's saying it. I'd be totally fine.
In your scenario, are you permanently invisible, or is it just a suit that you can take on and off?
My suit.
gotta
It's
be
a
a suit.
suit. It's
So
like the
can't you
movie.
can't you just like walk into the Sabres game, go to the bathroom, take it off, and then?
Now that's genius.
check your
No,
ticket?
That's
You-
genius.
you
But
could
where do you
do-
put the suit?
You could do that, but like
Your pocket folds up.
Oh, yeah.
But like, if someone asks if a vendor like wants to check your ticket, you don't have to take it. So like, if you're just invisible, like no one bothers you
I-
or anything.
When
You
you go
would-
back to the
I
bathroom.
like
yeah.
I like Noah's idea, but my contradiction to what you're saying, Dave, is that I want to be part of the crowd. Like I want to be part of the atmosphere. I don't want to just feel like I'm just like off to the side. Like
Yeah.
oh, I just want to watch the games. Like I want to watch the game, but I want to be like high fiving guys when they
You
score.
could go
and,
down
like,
there and sit on the bench next to Zibanejad.
Well, it's a bit
Zibanejad.
5 goals against Washington Capitals.
Next to Buchnevich or Panarin or
Well,
Stall.
I have a question for you.
D'Angelo.
I would love to hear your question, man.
You're talking about invisibility, going to crowds, sporting events, right? It's a lot of sports teams are thinking about continuing the season without fans or anything like that because of the virus. Now let's
Wow,
say
nice transition, man.
now let's say that fans can't come back to the sports and stuff like that.
Like ever again.
No, let's say they can. Like it's
Oh,
the
they can.
first
Okay,
game
yeah.
fans are allowed back. Do you think ticket price is going to be
yeah.
out of the wazoo for it?
That's a really
Or do you
good
think they'll
question.
be struggling to get people who are scared to come
No,
in? I think.
it's gonna be out of the
Depends
Yeah, like,
on the
like
time.
if I'm thinking Bills fans, they couldn't give a fuck.
All
They're
right,
gonna
let's
go to
say
the home game
let's say
regardless.
they came out with the vaccine, everyone's safe.
Oh, good.
First football game, hockey
ticket
game.
prices out the ass.
Yeah, then they're definitely gonna price gouge.
Home opener, regardless, is always expensive.
What do you think? Like, you thinking Super Bowl prices? Like,
No,
you can't
that's
do that.
like
I mean,
$4,000
like
a seat.
you think of Buffalo. I mean, we went to an average
Way
game against the
cheaper.
Bruins for what, like $10, $15
way
ticket
cheaper
or
than
something.
MetLife. Yeah.
Whoa,
It-
what?
Is
I
that
was
that's
thinking
what our
like
tickets were, right?
$35.
No,
Those
remember?
tickets were $15.
They weren't like $100.
No, I think they were $35.
Remember-
Okay,
no,
35.
Well, it was the last game of the season.
It was
and
against the Bruins.
Miami.
Oh no, I'm sorry. I'm talking
Oh,
about the Sabres.
You're talking about hockey?
But either way, you can do either one.
Yeah,
Oh,
I think
yeah,
I think in total it was like maybe $50-$60 for both the tickets for Sabres,
And Bills?
NHL and NFL game in
Fucking
Buffalo.
love Buffalo.
It
yeah, and
totally.
it's so cheap. It's like in Buffalo, you just say, "Hey, you want to go to the Sabres game?" Like in the same day. For like a Rangers game, unless you're loaded, you have to plan for it because
Yeah.
You're
like
gonna get to the fucking.
the tickets are so
Although,
expensive.
when
Like
we went, we bought them the day of.
yeah, well that too.
Wait,
Just Venmoed you $110.
Well, that's because the
It was nothing.
Sabres were in town. We were fucking planning on it.
Yeah.
If it ever came to that.
I mean, in my opinion, in terms of the ticket prices after this virus, I think if you were to like the first game, like if they were going to resume the playoffs in July, for say, I mean, I think they would be cheaper than normal playoff tickets, but let's say there's a gap, right? And then the floodgates open sometime in August or September, and then the actual NHL season starts in October. You've already had a month or two gap between when the floodgates open and when the season starts. So I think that's when they would price gouge. But when you're, if you're going to open at like the very moment the whole country opens, then I think it's going to be lower because you're trying to attract the people out of their homes and be like, we understand we're just transitioning right now, but we still want you to come.
I
So
think as
that
soon as the country opens, sports will open. Or like obviously, I think they coincide. Like as soon as sports open, the country's got to be open.
Not necessarily, because they could still limit like events to less than.
Oh, if they
50 people
do that with the crowds, sure, they may be able to get away with that with sports, but otherwise.
I feel like it's going to be like what? Like a major concert like people have and stuff like that. Tickets would come out like normal prices, and all of a sudden next day they're already double or triple the prices.
Yeah.
When it sells out and people start reselling.
Yeah, demand's going through the roof because everyone wants to get that action. Because who knows? The next pandemic could be around the corner.
But what's another good point is that if you were to allow concerts and sporting events and what have you, I mean, I would tend to think they probably will have a limit on the number of people you can have, right? So let's say MSG holds 18,000 fans. They might say you can only have 5,000 or something like that, right? And
you
then
sit like 4 seats apart from each other.
Exactly.
Like
but the problem is, what about season ticket holders? Because then you have a bigger problem on your hand because you have season ticket holders to probably more than 4,000 people. So it's like, are you going to tell season ticket holders you can't come to certain games? So at that point,
only season ticket holders.
Yeah,
And
well,
and then they could
exactly,
Yeah.
and then they could sell their tickets for
or
double.
Then they're going to
to
price
some
gouge.
really
Yeah.
needy fan who really wants to see the game.
Yeah.
You know what my dad told me the other day? He said Dr. Oz said something pretty crazy. Did you guys hear about that?
No.
You
When
knew
does
that?
Dr. Oz not say something crazy?
He said something about Corona. It was about reopening schools.
Well,
I'll read you the quote.
well, Dave's looking up the quote.
I have the quote.
Oh, you have the quote?
I'm
I was gonna
prepared.
say like Dr. Phil. I learned he actually isn't a real doctor, or is he a real
I
doctor?
think he has a PhD.
How
in,
can you come in and say that
psychology.
and then not know?
Because people have been memeing him online about not calling him doctor anymore. They call him Mr.
I
Phil
thought he
now.
had like a PhD in psychology or something like that, but I could be wrong.
I know because they
Fact
were,
check.
people are memeing him
Let's
as
see.
Mr. Phil.
Why is everyone
It says
still
Dr.
asking
Philip
for Dr.
McGraw. I'm gonna
Phil's
guess he's a
opinion?
doctor. Let's
He's
see.
definitely got a doctor of some
He's
sort.
probably like psychology.
Yeah, he has a PhD from North Texas, University of North Texas
He played
in
football.
in clinical psychology.
clinical psychology.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Okay, so he's a doctor.
He
Dave, what's
doesn't
the
know
quote?
anything about fucking Corona or anything like that.
I was just gonna say because people are memeing him online because he said something like he's gonna say Dr. Oz said something stupid.
Yeah.
Dr. Phil says something just as stupid.
Yeah,
And
but, like,
everyone's just calling him Mr.
no,
Phil
no,
because he's
it's-
not because whatever he says is not
Because
smart
it's
enough.
silly. It's silly when he gives us advice on like the coronavirus when he's got a degree in clinical psychology. It's like silly. Like
Yeah.
why is he even telling
Wait,
anyone about this?
Is he giving advice on?
Oh yeah,
Oh,
Fox.
yeah,
he
okay.
does. Well, anyway,
Fox.
Fox News.
Oz said, and I quote, "First, we need our mojo back. Let's start with things that are really clinical to the nation where we think we might be able to open without getting into a lot of trouble. I tell you, schools are a very appetizing opportunity. I just saw a nice piece in the Lancet arguing the opening of schools may only cost us 2 to 3% in terms of total mortality. any life is life lost, but that might be a trade-off some folks would consider."
Well, I mean, obviously he's not an expert in this field, but I mean,
But if he's saying,
anybody can say whatever they want.
if he's basing it off the report, and apparently 2 to 3% of children in the United States is 1.5 million children.
Hey, I got something for you. I read this a few days ago, but I just found it. It said that today I learned nearly 40% of the medical advice given on the Dr. Oz show has no scientific evidence backing it up.
But we're talking about Dr. Phil or Dr. Oz?
That's Dr. Oz.
We're talking about Dr. Oz.
That's
Oh, we're talking
Dr.
about Dr. Oz. Okay, yeah.
Dr. Oz, like, he's just like a, celebrity kind of guy. Like, he's got a TV show. He says whatever the hell they pay him to say, but, like, most of what he says, it's like 40% has no scientific evidence backing it up, and then something else was like another 20% is literally goes against research, like, just is actually wrong and, like, misleading.
Yeah.
So, Dr. Oz and, I don't know, I guess other doctors on TV aren't necessarily your best fucking sources
Well,
of
it's like
information.
it's just for media. It's like, oh, let's go to this big time, well known doctor and ask for his advice. I think there was a video on Twitter I liked a while ago, and someone asked like this soccer coach of this really big soccer club. He asked him what he thought on Corona. He's like, what the hell do you care what I think? Like, go to a doctor and ask what they think. Like, I don't have any knowledge of this. I don't have any expertise in this. Why would I put out my opinion on this at all whatsoever?
Oh, we got Michael Mara in the building.
Yeah, we're giving Mike a live view on us right now. We're live streaming.
He's
to
in the
Mike
middle
Mayer.
of the city.
He's in the middle of the street right now. Mike, tell us where the fuck you are right now.
Mike, give us a reverse camera. Switch the camera.
Yes, give us some views right now. Where are you?
Here, I'll flip the camera around.
Oh, the streets are bare.
Did you just go to the grocery store?
There's nobody
No, I
on
took
the
a walk
streets.
because I hadn't fucking left my room all day.
Mike, that's incredible, dude.
It takes a walk at 10 p.m.
So you're getting some cardio in.
Yeah, exactly.
Mike, are those joggers?
They are.
Remember when you said joggers were for explicits?
Explicit.
What the hell did I... When did I ever say anything?
You
like that?
totally said joggers are ridiculous to wear.
Can the mic pick his voice up?
Yeah, it's got it right now. So, Mike, give us your perspective. What do you think of Dr. Oz?
I don't know. I think that is a fucking quack.
There you go.
Well, he said he wouldn't mind the trade-off of 2 to 3% of students dying if they sent them back to school now.
See,
That would be... Think about that. That'd be like...
I have no comment.
That'd be like 20 kids in Somers High School.
Well, it
That's a
just said-
lot of students.
it just-
We had like 1,000 students, so like 2
it's nothing. Like,
Yeah.
I think.
What do you mean that's nothing? What are
No,
you talking
from
about?
his perspective, in his head,
In
it's
his
probably
head, yeah.
it's like,
I mean,
20
statistically, it's small, but you're dealing with human life. You're not
Yeah.
dealing with ants
you have
or
100
like
kids in
Statistically
birds.
small. It's like fucking 2 million kids.
No. I'm saying statistically, if you were to say 2 to 3% of anything, that's statistically small. But when you put the fact that it's a human life, I mean, that eliminates the fact because it's like anything more than 0 is too many when it comes to human life. But I'm talking 2 or 3% of plants or coffee
Yeah,
beans
he's-
or like
he's-
plastic.
He's just the children 2 or 3%.
Yeah.
We need to keep them in school. But what I don't understand is like the teachers. Like, how are they gonna want to teach when school comes back? Like, if they did it right now, like if it's unsafe, like and say like a teacher's like 50 or 60, like my dad, like
Yeah.
he's gonna be at risk. Like I don't understand his thought process at all whatsoever.
You know, I think when it comes to this, obviously every life, becomes in jeopardy. But I think what a lot of people are concerned with right now is how the quality of certain aspects of their life are diminishing, whether that's education, whether that's exercise, whether that's mental health. I mean, I know I was talking to my uncle the other day. I've got 3 cousins that are in the high school right now, and they were saying that their teachers have become lazy, unbelievably lazy. They're not even teaching or Zooming anymore. It's just they're giving more assignments out and saying, just do this assignment, or here's a take-home exam, just do this. And they don't even do anything. The teachers are probably just sitting in their ass all day and doing nothing. And it's kind of, what's the point in that? I can understand if you're a high school senior about to graduate, but if you're a 9th grader learning earth science or, world history, it's like...
You're getting a way worse education.
Yeah. And as a
if you're already getting a shitty education already.
and I think it's different in the sense that these are high schoolers and secondary schools, because when you're in college, there is still a lot of initiative on your part to learn aside from class. But when you're in high school or middle school or even elementary school, like you do need to be spoon-fed. I know they say it a lot, but you need to be spoon-fed, and just telling them to do something is just going to eliminate the ability to learn. So it's like...
Sure, and I think in future things that happen that are related to this pandemic, like if we ever get another one, like we can adjust and create a better system for kids to learn outside of the classroom.
Yeah.
So that we're more ready and more prepared, and create a better learning environment outside of school.
Yeah. I think also the pandemic might be personifying or even putting a microscope on, I don't want to say the integrity of the teachers, but, the ability for the teachers and the willingness to reach out. Because I know I was reading an article that was just sent out, shout out University of Delaware. I got an alumni email the other day that one of my old professors apparently got credited that he's using Zoom in some unique way that he can proctor exams in a more efficient way. And I feel like that is an example of a teacher going out of his way to try and, deal with the circumstances. The fact that Corona's happening, education is not getting better, But teachers should be doing what they can to maintain or do the best they can to
Yeah.
keep the level at where it was before.
Yeah.
And when a teacher just lets it fall off a cliff, that's where there's an issue. You have to
Yeah.
have effort, you know.
It's just like in the future, like it sucks that they have to take the initiative to go above and beyond with the platform they have to make the learning better
Yeah.
with what they have. But like, so maybe in the future we can help minimize what they have to do in order to get across the information or the lesson plans or the homework or anything they have to teach to the kids in the class so that they can learn it in the same way as they would in the classroom.
Yeah.
I'm gonna jump back to Dr. Oz super quickly.
Yes.
For all those people who are like, let's open the country, get the economy back going. I feel like all those people have tons of money
And they're hurting.
in the economy, and they're
Yeah.
hurting. They just want to rev up. Like, Will, you said you're hurting a little.
Rev up those fryers, boy.
I've actually made back a lot of the money I've lost, but still,
But you
like,
Rev
made
up
it,
those
but like you
fryers.
don't have like millions of dollars invested
Yeah.
in the economy. For those people, there's people out there like Warren Buffett. He's probably hurting right now a little bit, unless he's super smart and he put everything in tech or something like that. And he's doing
I mean,
fantastic.
you get into like personal finance, and it's like, you know what? If you had your life savings in the stock market and it crashed, like, that's your own fault. Like, you shouldn't. The reason you have certain money invested is not because like, you want to just keep your whole life savings there. It's that like, I have some extra money and I'm going to try and be productive with it. So it's like, if the stock market were to crash, theoretically, if you were to personally, financially plan properly, you should be able to withstand a little bit of a crash. It's one thing if you lose your job or you lose your paycheck coming in or the income you have, but it's another thing if the fact that the stock market crashes that all of a sudden, you're reeling. I mean, it's not like people are taking money out of the stock market every day as income. But I do agree that a lot of these people that are saying, they would die to, revive the economy. I think that's just total baloney. I mean, that's just you're hurting for money. You need money. Your stocks are down. Your investments are down, and you're just being a wise ass at this point.
If you're not aware, there was a clip on YouTube. You can look it up where someone said they never asked the old people if they wanted to put their lives at risk in order to sustain and keep the economy running.
You can't.
That was the lieutenant governor, lieutenant something of Texas,
Was
who
it?
said that. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like a senior citizen. He's still working, but he's like, no
Nobody
one
asked the
me.
senior citizens if I was willing to risk my life to keep the economy going.
I'd like to see what that guy would say when he's looking death in the eye.
Or when he's looking at other senior citizens.
No,
that are
he,
like,
no, but
what
like,
are you
he
talking
he
about,
probably
buddy?
lived a fulfilling life. He'd probably say anything right now. That's probably why.
Well, it's insane. It's absolutely insane, and it's just.
But
Yeah, I hate to make it a political issue, but a lot of this is political, and it's ridiculous.
let's get back
Sadly,
onto
yeah,
the
you're right.
education you guys were saying about at the high school level and the preschool level and the middle school level. But there's also the college level. Now, I'm not talking about like people learning. I'm talking about those kids right now graduating college right now. The economy is in the trash.
Yeah.
A lot of those kids, a lot of them had internships.
Dude,
ready to
a lot
go.
of places
Revving.
are
Canceled, gone.
A lot of
Done.
places are canceling
Absolutely.
like internships because they can't have an internship if you're not coming to the facility and learning and then teaching you like
Yeah.
I know.
with
but-
you there in person.
I mean,
So-
it's twofold. It's twofold in the sense that, like, the social aspect. I mean, I know it's a social thing, and there's more to be grateful for. But I'm totally grateful that I was able to enjoy the end of my senior year because there are seniors in high school and college right now that aren't able to
Exactly.
enjoy that. But
Yeah,
then,
your
as
sister,
Matt,
right?
yeah, my sister's
Yeah.
going through it right now, and my cousin who's a senior in high school. But
And Mike's sister too. Oh, is he
she's a
still
senior
here?
in high school. Yeah, he's here. No, he's
Right?
not.
No.
Regardless,
Oh.
no, he's there. But yeah, he's in his apartment. No, but I mean, then when you turn to the professional side, it's like this job market, this internship market. I mean, people are not only losing jobs and losing internships, but yeah, I mean,
Mike's pissing by
Mike
the
is
way.
going to the
He's
bathroom.
putting on
He's
his
showing
webcam,
us.
so that's why
you know,
we're laughing.
one day Mike will be in the studio.
No, but
that's for another
you're
day.
right. Well, just like
Hands all clean, washed off the coronavirus.
Washed. Oh my god.
washed off the corona from the city. Good.
Mike, Mike, I want to let you know, man, you being in the center, the epicenter of the New York, not only New York, but the United States coronavirus epidemic and how you're putting up with this, I mean, truly commendable. You're keeping up your physical health, your mental health, everything in your life, is impeccable. being in New York City?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what to accredit it to other than
Your willingness to
Your
succeed.
parents. Say you're thankful for your parents, making you such a strong individual.
yeah, sure.
Or the 45-pound dumbbell.
No,
Or
you know
plates.
what? I called a dozen different places to try to get the adjustable dumbbells. No place has them. They're all out of stock for the next 2 to 3 months.
Did you go on Amazon?
I went on Amazon. If you go on Amazon or eBay, you know how much people are selling it for? One dumbbell, one adjustable 90-pound dumbbell is going for over $1,000.
Hey, Mark, I think I have the
That's insane. That's insane.
I have those Bowflex ones that
Dave, sell those.
change,
Get
but it's like
$2,000.
it's literally like 400 pounds thing with the base. It's like so heavy.
Yeah.
I don't know.
You know, one thing that I want to say is that despite, the gyms being closed and a lot of exercise accommodations not being available, Mike has been keeping up with not only push exercises, not only pull exercises, but leg exercises with not dumbbells, not weights, not bars, not anything
With
but
giant
bands.
rubber bands. Giant rubber bands.
Rubber fucking bands. I mean, Mike, you want to plug that company? I mean, holy shit.
You want to do squats? He gets his roommate, puts them on his shoulders, and he busts those fuckers out.
I mean,
3x10 every day.
Not everything.
and his door frame is
Not
still
every day.
intact. He does pull-ups every day, every other day in his door frame, on his door.
No,
The
no,
thing is
not
still
on the door
intact.
frame, on the door.
On the door itself.
This kid has maintained his 230-pound soaking wet frame.
Did you go on McMastercard to make sure that those door hinges can hold your body weight in addition to the door weight?
No, I just did some tests where I smashed it with a sledgehammer a couple times.
Something I didn't realize before. I was talking to my friend. She lives in New Hampshire.
Who's your
and-
friend?
Oh, see.
Okay.
Her name's Destiny,
Okay.
and she lost her job.
You muted.
She lost her job because of the pandemic, right?
Yeah.
And I was Snapchatting one day, and I was like complaining to her like, I'm working from home and it fucking sucks. And she's
Yeah.
like, well, at least you're still getting a paycheck. And that made me think of all of the perspective I'm in. How lucky I got this job that I'm able to work from home and still get a paycheck week to week. There's
Yeah.
like millions of people out there.
For
so
sure.
I can't complain when busy season comes around, especially now, like when I'm working. Like, it's just weird.
My friend Max Henry, play hockey with him. He's been working from home literally since he graduated college.
Hey, amen.
Amen to him. He's a professional. I was texting him today. He was a professional at it, and now he's just laughing at everybody else who's struggling because he's like, I've been practicing this for 2 years now.
What's
But
his job?
What's his job? He works in media, I believe, in some way. I don't know for sure. I don't want to give a false representation of what he does. But regardless, though, Noah, I want you to give some perspective on working from home because you've been working from home probably more than any of us at this table before the pandemic started. So, what do you think about? I mean, is it efficient? Do you think normal companies should be leaning towards working from home or having less office space? I mean, how have you been dealing with it?
Me and Noah work at the same company. He's worked more hours at home than I have. But yes, continue, Noah. You piece of shit. Fucker, I have to drive to work every fucking day.
These two drive to work every day with each other.
So I can't believe. I was thinking about this the other day. I can't believe I still have a job. Like I just wonder every day if like I wake up, I'm gonna get an email. It's like, yeah, we can't believe we've been paying you for the last 2 years for this. Like, like I work from home. I was working from home for like 2 or 3 weeks before the quarantine even started because like I just finished my busy season, and I finished my busy season and like just chilled. And it's like I work from home, quotation marks,
Yeah.
but like I'll wake up at like 11 and stay in bed and just check my phone for emails. And if I don't get any emails that day, and I really haven't gotten like any important emails for like the last 2 months, then I can stay in bed until like 3 p.m. and like then get up. Like I literally have nothing to do. And like the last couple of weeks has been particularly nice.
But do you think that that's just a product of PwC being a company that can afford to keep someone like you on the payroll, or you think that's just
Well, you said the company name, man. You should have said
Also, we're hoping that PwC doesn't hear this podcast.
I guess
For Noah's sake.
too late for that now?
What did Mara say?
I don't know what he said, but still.
Go ahead.
I don't know, but I
He's
guess
saying nonsense.
Yeah.
I guess it's like
No, I know what he's
partially.
saying.
I don't know. I guess it's partially the fact that like our reporting structure is like I'm on like certain clients, but then it's like okay, if I don't have any work for those clients and I don't have any hours scheduled, then like I'm supposed to reach out to HR, or HR is supposed to reach out to me, and then like assign me to another client. And now that it's like, everyone's working from home anyways, it's like it really doesn't matter if I'm assigned to a client in New York or Stanford or New Jersey. So yeah, I don't know. Just like the fact that it's like a really loose reporting structure that like I don't know. HR doesn't need to reach out to me. I don't need to reach out to them. This is also like a slow time of year. So it's just kind of like, I work all of January, I work all of February, and then it's like I got a lot of time to kill in those other months.
Yeah.
And so it's kind of just a beautiful thing, especially during quarantine when I literally have nothing to do and I can just chill at home.
Yeah.
Whereas like if we weren't quarantined right now and I had to go in, I've never seen that. That's a wild picture. I didn't know that must be in like Texas or something. I don't even know.
We'll
I've
post this
never
somewhere,
seen
but
that.
still.
It's the more cooperative and
That
nicer
I've seen. That's like our
PwC
old.
facility.
Like that's what they. So it used to go by. First of all, it used to be Price. Then it became Price Waterhouse,
And
and then Coopers joined in like '97. So it became Price Waterhouse Coopers.
Yeah.
But like I don't know, somewhere in the last 20 years they changed it from Price Waterhouse Coopers to just PwC. But like that old style is like a early 2000s like vibe. Like that's how they used to write it. Like
I mean, that looks like a professional way of doing the font where you do uppercase, lowercase, uppercase, lowercase. in
But
the
it's all
text message.
uppercase.
I know it's all uppercase, but the way the letters are positioned next
Yeah,
to each
yeah,
other,
yeah.
it
What's
just
that?
looks like
What's
it's like
that?
a s-
What's that logo to the right? The colors. Like, why is
This.
that?
that.
It's just
that
the
it's,
PwC,
I don't know.
I guess. I don't know.
That's
No, but
that's
not,
our
not
logo.
the letters, but the.
like
The
this.
orange, the boxes.
Yeah. What the hell is that supposed
That's
to be?
their thing.
You know, Dave, I think you should try and get in on that. Make a better logo than that. I mean, that just
What's
looks
the
like
little?
squares.
What's the little rectangle, red rectangle in the bottom left?
Who knows? Who knows?
Yeah, I don't think there's any meaning behind
It really doesn't have a lot of meaning behind it.
Yeah.
I promise you.
I
It's
mean-
gotta mean something.
It's
You want to
what's a
see
good-
my
what's a-
company's logo?
What's a good fucking word? What's that word that starts with an S? That's like
Sophisticated.
no synergy. It's a
Synergy.
synergy. That's
Synergy.
what that stands for. That
It's a
symbol. It's a
synergy.
synergy.
Synergy is
Synergy
actually
means
two
nothing.
things.
Synergy means nothing.
No,
that
synergy
word
means
absolutely
it means
nothing.
two things that are like working in tandem. Mm-hmm. And I think it also means the what is it the two together is better than the sum of the parts.
I see synergy costs as like a line on like a bunch of the clients as like an expense or whatever.
Yeah.
And it's literally just a meaningless thing. Like it literally means nothing.
Do you want to know what synergy means to me?
I don't know. Essentially, it means like a merger or something. Easton synergy.
Hockey sticks.
And oh, it's a hockey stick.
This
I thought
was
it
one.
bats.
This was one of the. I don't know. Maybe in like 6th or 7th grade, I was using an Eastern Synergy, and also there's bats. The Eastern Synergy
Okay,
for
those are
baseball.
bats. All right,
Yeah,
yeah.
I mean, you know,
Softball.
synergy, and you try to think like at the time I was using the stick, I was like, what the fuck does synergy mean? And then when you actually learn what synergy means, you still don't know why the stick was called synergy. Like,
It's a meaningless term.
it's one stick, but still, I mean, you know,
They're combining all the powers of all the different materials they use to make that stick.
I
Kind of makes
guess.
sense. The interaction or cooperation of two or more organizations, substances, or other agents to produce a combined effect greater than the sum of the. Of
It
their
just
separate
sounds like
effects.
something, but all it means is merger.
I mean, I guess it makes sense. It's a composite stick, and a
Yeah.
composite meaning multiple things coming
It's
together.
like
So I
they
mean,
went far past what a stick company should
yeah,
go for.
they went into some SAT review book and said, "Let's
There's
grab
just
this
a lot
word."
of dumb people in sports, and it's like they just want fucking something that sounds cool or looks cool.
Yeah.
They don't care if it's called synergy.
Mhm.
It just sounds like energy. And you're
It
like,
does sound good. It does sound good
It
Getting
does
back-
sound,
it's good
synergy
marketing.
sounds like a cool word, kind of in a way.
for sure.
That's
Yeah.
why they use it.
That's why
Like, that's why they sell.
some man got paid a lot of money.
Whoever
to put
created that
word there.
word, he made that. Somebody
what I'm
made that
saying.
word. That word has an how long? Type in synergy. Look at the definition. See how long it's been around. You
I
can
mean,
see the
you say
origin.
the origin of the word.
Yeah, yeah. Like
where
see
do
how
you
long
find
it's been
origins
used.
of words?
It says it. It like click that little See how 18. It comes up.
Mid-19th
It comes in the There you go. See. Well, yeah, but it looks like it starts in like the early
1800s.
1900, like 1950, whatever. Like no one used that word. That word did not exist before 1900.
Like
That's crazy.
if you were in the mid 19th
Never
century,
seen
if you're in the mid 1800s and you said that word, someone would be like, "What the? Are you from? The
You just
future?
made that shit up. Like, what does that mean? That
Are you
sounds
from?
sick.
Are you from the future? You just said the word
that.
synergy.
You just said synergy.
What is that?
Greek synergos, working together from sun together.
to get back to the original question, I do think PwC has done like a lot to like make it really easy to work from home for like anybody.
Are you trying to save face right now?
I'm just like I'm really like impressed by like how easy the transition is, and like I don't see why they don't like do like 4-day work weeks with like a day from working from home or something, some combination of that, because it's like
It's not
you
just...
can literally get just about everything done. Like there's personally, at least for me, there is literally nothing I need to go into the office for except for like that face-to-face interaction. But like otherwise, I can.
The lower you are, the least you need.
It's like and you can do that over FaceTime, like over the fucking video chat. Like we use Google Meet.
And I don't think it's just PwC. I think a lot of companies are getting wake-up calls right now saying, hey, you know what? They're looking at revenue, they're looking at profit, and they're saying, wait a second, like, you know what? We're not really doing that bad right now. I mean, look, yes, at least in my industry, there's a lot of people that work in the field, and a lot of those field projects are canceled because of coronavirus, and obviously they don't have work, so they get laid off or furloughed or PT, part-time. But regardless, a lot of the companies that do have the ability to work remotely are not really feeling it that much. And depending on the culture they had before coronavirus, a lot of them are probably getting shocked right now. Like, you know what? We thought we would get hit a lot harder than we are right now, and they're not getting hit as hard as they thought they would. So, as I was telling someone earlier, this whole coronavirus, it's not a sprint. A lot of companies are surviving the sprint of the first month or two, like, oh, we'll all have to work from home. But I think the real test is the marathon, how long you can work from home for and see, because depending on how you get your work, how your sales go, and how you market your company, that might get affected by working from home and coronavirus affecting your transportation and face-to-face interaction. But a lot of companies can still sustain that. So, it's yet to be known. The longer this goes, I think the more interesting it'll be to see how companies, can interact and react. Yeah.
So, to change the topic completely,
Go ahead.
a complete 360.
Dave, what's your pivot?
Four tangents.
Okay, my question was, if you could have dinner with anyone dead or alive, it doesn't even have to be dinner. It's just to sit down with anyone dead or alive, and they have to tell you the truth on every question that you ask. Who would you choose to have that sit down with?
Barack Obama.
Truth do I want to know?
Yeah. Who do you think has the most
Abraham
concealed?
Lincoln.
He's fucking dead.
I said true. I
Dead
said
or alive?
alive or
Okay,
dead.
yeah. No, what are you gonna learn?
Donald Trump.
What?
Donald Trump.
I agree with that.
If Donald Trump had to tell me the truth,
Ask
can you imagine
him
what
all
questions
your
I would ask
secrets.
him?
That's what I'm saying.
What are you gonna learn?
Did you or did you not get pissed on by a bunch of Russian hookers?
I mean, regardless, what are you gonna learn from Abraham Lincoln? Honest Abe, we know everything there is to know about him.
Yeah, well, he's called Honest Abe for a reason. Is he actually honest? Is everything we know true?
Wow. Did he actually care about the people he saved?
Was the Civil War actually you trying to free the slaves?
Yeah, actually, that's the one question
That's
that
a
Mr. Reitman made me think. Like,
Yeah.
What was your
did
main
Abraham Lincoln care about slaves?
Was it
did
for
he
the
care
slaves or
about beating the
preserving
South?
the Union?
Or did you
Yeah,
just
yeah.
use that as identity to beat the South?
I don't.
know.
I think it's interesting
I'm
though
pretty
that
positive
like
it was
as
because of the slaves.
you asked that question though, and every single answer we've gotten so far is a president or politician. Like
Yeah, right. I would ask
You
like
think they know the most truth.
or they're holding the most truth
like,
back.
I would say like
I know who we would talk to. Epstein. He's got a
Epstein,
lot
that's a
of
good
secrets.
What do you want to find out from Epstein though? Who
All
killed him?
the pedophiles.
Oh.
Who killed them? But who are all the billionaire pedophiles?
Yeah, who
all
all
the
came to his
freaks.
private island.
Yeah.
Just names. Just need names.
just
Yeah,
Matt and Epstein in 60 Minutes. Epstein gives Matt all the truths.
Matt looks him dead in the
The
eye.
ghost of Epstein.
How the
So,
fuck did you die?
how many?
How about
Oh.
this? Okay.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, how about someone like, now I can't think of a particularly better person, but someone like a Babe Ruth or something like that, and just be like, how many hot dogs did you actually eat? Like, how shitty was your diet? And just to listen, because one of the best home run hitters of all time, and we've got guys that can't even look at a hot dog, like Mike, trying to be the best home run hitter of all time. And this guy beats him with 7
got-
home runs. I was gonna say let's put some truth serum in Barry Bonds. Like I want to know exactly what this guy did. We know he did some shit, but I want to know exactly what he did.
What
Like,
exactly?
steroids?
See,
Like,
like
which steroids
when I
he took?
when I
Well,
asked
yeah.
this question,
They didn't have steroids back then. They had to put on extra weight somehow to get that power.
Talking about Barry Bonds or Babe Ruth?
They're
Babe
talking about
Ruth.
Babe Ruth.
Yeah, it got to be
He
Babe
used
Ruth.
that
No, he's
gun
talking
to
about
extra,
Abe Lincoln.
the extra swing motion.
You know,
to-
He's talking about Abe Lincoln when he was chopping wood.
Yeah, no, when he was wrestling. Abe Lincoln was a wrestler.
300-0.
How's that possible?
Abe Lincoln was a wrestler, by the
300
way.
and 0 what?
He went 300
Apparently.
wins and 0 losses.
In
should-
what? Wrestling? Well, who
Abe
recorded
Lincoln-
I know, it's crazy. I'll pull it up, but like,
Did he wrestle 5 people a day or something?
that's like a whole year wrestling every day.
One and done.
That's a lot
Next.
of people.
I think he should have gone toe to toe with General Robert Lee. I mean, like, just put him in a cage.
Let me see some.
It's
stats
like
on Muhammad Ali.
it's like in the movie
That's all
Troy.
easy.
Honestly, it's like the movie Troy. Bring me your best fighter. We'll
This-
fight just the two of us and decide the war.
Well,
So me, Lee versus Lincoln.
well
What's that guy's name?
This has got to be our background.
Oh, that's the guy who did the
No, it's
the
it's
meme.
slithering. What the hell was his name?
RKO.
RKO.
What's his name?
Randy Orton slithering.
Randy Orton.
see, you should just
RKO.
make them in UFC, like recreate their height and weight and their looks and everything and put them in UFC.
Or in
down.
fucking. Have you seen the Carol Baskin versus Joe Exotic 2K?
No.
Yeah,
Yeah, okay, I can see that,
hilarious.
Yeah, like do it like that with fucking Abe Lincoln. And
Yeah.
I love that
Oh my
song.
god, that's a sick picture. That's a sick
Carol
picture.
Baskin.
Carol Baskin.
Dude, Abe Lincoln looks like a beast in that picture.
Well, yeah, he's like
Wait,
6'4".
could we actually take a segment of this podcast to talk about what's his
Carol
name?
Baskin?
Kirkham?
Dave, you only
Rick-
get
I'd love
one.
to
Rick
talk about
Kirkham.
Rick.
Who's Rick Kirkham?
This isn't 360.
He's the guy with like the Crocodile Dundee hat who was talking with the T. He was the producer of the first
that
reality
guy
show.
was- yeah.
He was when the studio
Rick
burned down.
Kirkham.
He was like,
got a-
"That's my retirement."
He's got a good news reporting voice.
Yeah, Joe Exotic.
This is my retirement money.
Joe Exotic and that zoo might have been the worst thing that ever happened to me.
Joe was terrified of tigers.
Wait, did he say that?
And-
Apparently he did.
yeah, he did in an interview
But like, dude,
in episode 8.
if you go on
Episode
if you
eight,
go on
yeah.
Joe Exotic TV on YouTube and you watch all his videos, he's literally like walking them to new cages. I don't think he's afraid, or like he either like drugs them up before he takes them out
Gives
for
them
them when they
tranquilizer.
film on YouTube to make it look like he's got everything under control.
Well, that's what Rick Kirkham said. He said when he was in that cage with the tigers, one was blind and one was on tranquilizer.
yeah, you know, the white one is cross-eyed and they can't see.
Jesus.
Would you still want to get in the cage with a blind tiger?
No.
You don't think that thing could find you?
Would I want to voluntarily?
No.
No, but
No,
like
no.
that's
He-
my job.
Episode 8 with David Spade? Or is that
No, it
No,
was
some
that Joel
other
guy,
guy.
Joel something. I like David Spade's better, but this guy was like Joel, whatever, I forget.
You know, Dan Bilzerian had a small role in.
Dan Bilzerian?
Yeah, what's that
Dan
movie?
Bilzerian.
Whatever his name is. What he had a
Dan
small.
Bilzerian?
Yeah, he had a small role in that movie where they killed Osama bin Laden.
Oh, it was Yo Dark 30?
Yeah, he paid
Dan
like.
Bilzerian was in that.
Yeah,
I
he
like
paid,
Zero
he
Dark
paid
Thirty.
$3 million for like so he could get
A
a spot,
cameo?
a cameo in the movie or something like that.
Hey, how much did he pay?
Going
He
back, I was
paid
gonna
to get
mention
it? Holy
Going
shit.
back to the Invisible Suit.
I'm sorry, maybe it was Lone
I
Survivor.
would sneak on to Dan Bilzerian.
Oh, the one with Mark Wahlberg.
Yeah, he was. On
Oh, he was one of the SEALs?
something like that.
No, Dan Bilzerian was not one of the SEAls.
Just look up Dan Bilzerian.
Not one of the main
movie
four.
filmography or something like that.
He must have been like one of the background like SEAls on the base or something like that.
Yeah, he sued
He
Why he
sued?
because he paid like $3 million and he didn't
Got a
get
really small part?
Nah, not enough lines. Like
So
he
maybe
wanted.
they filmed the scene where he was in it and they didn't
They ended up
put
cutting
that
a
scene
lot.
in it.
Yeah.
I mean, he was a SEAL or he was just in the Navy? He was one or the other.
I think it was like he tried to be a SEAL and he couldn't. Remember the story from? I mean, all you know is his story. Why do SEAL stories have like?
I don't know. I don't want to get into it because it's like fuck that guy because
Yeah,
like his
honestly.
story is so bogus. Like,
Yeah.
He
Dan
won a lot of
Bilzerian.
money in poker.
Yeah, it's-
Broke his own legs
So
just to get out of the
probably didn't even
military.
have
It doesn't
much
make
poker.
any
He
sense
threw
at
one
all
of our
whatsoever.
classmates into his pool.
That's right.
Yeah,
That's very
literally.
true.
What's her name?
Janice Griffith.
Janice Griffith. Well, that's her porn name. What's her real name?
That's a real name.
Oh, what's it-
Do
fuck,
we
never
really
mind.
want to go spreading her real?
No,
What
I
was
don't
it?
know. I don't even remember what it was.
I don't
It was
remember.
like Kristen something.
Okay, there you go. Now you ruined it. Now you did it.
Uh,
now who's mentioning names?
Her-
Huh, Will?
regardless,
Her real name's
Her-
Janice Griffith.
Her porn stock dropped.
Her porn stock dropped.
yeah,
Not
but
in the top 5
if you
anymore.
Oh,
if
wow.
you were here's a topic, if you were ever good at porn, you'll never not do well if you don't want to do well. You can always get back into it, whether you're 20 years old or 50 years old.
I
I don't know.
Yeah, absolutely.
think for a guy maybe.
Janice Griffith could come back in 20 years if she wanted to. Look at Mia
20,
Khalifa.
maybe. You want to,
Mia
like,
Khalifa's
what?
like 2 years older
No.
than us.
If you're 70 years
So
old,
what?
you're not going to come back to porn.
Okay, 70. I don't. Okay, obviously not like a 70 or 80-year-old woman, but like for example, if you go through like a downtime, if you put time, like if Mia Khalifa wanted to come back, she's been trying to do like commentary or something like that. If she comes back into porn, she could probably totally do it.
She's on
Well, she's still
Twitch.
like under
Yo,
30.
Mike.
So, I know, but I'm just saying,
Can't
like
take a 20
who's
year.
that
he said, he
That
goes,
male
he goes.
45.
Janice Griffith's stock dropped, and my point is, she could probably pick that up
No,
if she
no,
really
no, no,
wanted
But
to.
she's still doing a lot of porn.
Okay,
Like,
fucking
that's really
Dan
fucking
Bilzerian. He had to throw her into a pool, just sabotage her whole episode.
Anyway, back to the interviewing people that give you the truth.
Oh yeah, Donald Trump. I think.
You think
Just 'cause
Trump?
he lied so much.
Final,
That was like a half hour ago.
final
He lies
answers.
so much that if you were actually somehow, even if he knows what the truth is, like, because that's my question. Is like,
You
what if he
become
d-
lined up like with questions like.
But I'm saying, what if he just straight up is actually that stupid and doesn't know? Like, not that he's also.
No, he
lying.
has to tell the truth.
He has to tell the truth. So he,
He has to tell the truth.
I mean, in that case, I would definitely.
I
ask
mean,
Donald Trump, 'cause he
today,
lies so much.
from CNN,
gotta
they
pee.
Trump had a, I guess a talk today. Was a press conference today, and like they were talking about how much he lied today about it. Like that every day, every week, there's like a new report about how much he lied about certain things. I don't know. I didn't know what he talked
Some
about.
of
What he
it
lied.
is like him obviously like lying on purpose because he wants to say whatever that lie is. But then I think a lot of it is also he's actually just incompetent and really doesn't know things and then gets upset. It's almost like
It's-
going on Shark Tank and saying you've got 10 times the amount of revenue.
Yeah,
as you actually
exactly.
do. It's like he's just kind of overinflating whatever he's talking about.
All the time.
He won't. I heard like rumors or stuff like that. He wants to fire that doctor. What's the doctor?
Fauci,
Dr.
yeah,
Fauci.
Fauci.
Yeah. Because whatever,
I don't know
he
what that-
contradicts whatever Trump says, and then like Trump doesn't like that.
I mean, any expert that comes on, it's most likely gonna
That-
gonna
yeah, isn't
happen
a lie,
with
like,
with
yeah.
him. They give you the bad news. He's gonna try to spin it in a good way.
What do you think an expert could come on to and not lie and agree with Trump about? What do you think Trump hasn't lied about?
I don't know, I haven't really watched so many things what Trump
Exaggerated.
said, so I can't really say.
I don't know. I don't really want to get
But-
too much into it, but
Yeah.
um,
Who else
Well,
could we talk to? Who
I
else
would say
knows
like
about
like
truth?
Charles Manson, if he hasn't spewed out like everything
Charles
he
Manson's
knows
is
already.
very- I think Charles Manson's very interesting.
I think I'd ask him like how he did it, like what exactly he did, like
Did he? Give
what he how do he
anyone
ask, how do he
drugs?
approach the people.
What about Ted Bundy?
Ted Bundy.
Ted Bundy. I mean, serial killers would be cool. Like, but I
Son
don't
of
think.
Sam,
but, like,
he lived near here. He
But
killed
I'm pretty
man, like,
sure.
city.
I'm pretty sure. Like when they were interviewed, when they were in jail, like there's
I
no
don't think they
point in them
lied.
lying.
Yeah, I don't
They would
think
give
Ted
out.
Bundy lied
They
that
would
much.
want to give out
Although
all
wait,
the
no, did Ted
information.
Bundy ever admit to killing?
I think so.
In the Zac Efron movie, I don't think he ever did. But I don't know. I don't know about real life.
I don't know. I'm not sure.
Who else? What about like Marco Polo? He had an interesting
I don't know
ass
too much
life.
about him to
I
ask.
just know he had an
No,
What
interesting
about Leif
ass life.
Erikson?
Leif
Leif
Erikson.
Erikson. Leif Erikson.
See, if you're talking about dead people, want to talk to dead people,
Dead or alive. Anyone.
dead or alive, there's
Anyone.
What about Jesus?
Jesus. All right, we got there. Jesus.
Jesus. I
Wow.
want to talk to who wrote those poets, those Greek stories?
Plato.
Plato. Who wrote about Atlantis?
Shakespeare.
Was it Plato or his?
Sophocles, Aristotle.
I want to know if that's real. I want to know.
Atlantis?
I want to know if
Oh, fucking sweet.
cookies.
Cookies.
I want to know if the Odyssey was a real thing that happened. No, not the Odyssey. I meant the Trojan War. A lot of people
Peloponnesian War.
speculated it wasn't real. Yeah, more beer. Sweet.
I
There you
don't
go.
know.
Keep this train going, boys and girls.
How long have we
rather.
been going so far?
About an hour right now.
An hour?
Mhm.
It's pretty good. All right. Since we're slowing down on this conversation a
What
little
about
bit,
Pablo Escobar?
Wait, what are you guys talking about?
we went back to people we
What
would
about Pablo
interview
Escobar?
who
Escobar,
have to
he
tell us
put
the
all the
truth, dead
cocaine.
or alive.
I mean, to
We
be
were
honest,
talking about serial killers, giving us all their information.
I don't even.
He said Trump. I think
I-
Trump would be pretty interesting.
I don't even. I mean, Trump would be.
Even like Hillary Clinton would be interesting.
Are you saying a conversation with, or like give them truth serum?
Like,
and,
you
here
just
they
you
are?
just
I think this sounds like
you
personal.
you have like you have all the time you want. Make a huge list of questions. get in the room, ask them the questions, and they have to give you the answer.
They have to answer.
have to answer
like,
truthfully.
Truthfully. Okay.
They tell you everything they know.
I want to tell you that guy. He's out in like Colorado or something, and
Yeah.
like he's a famous paint collector, and he hid like $10 million worth of treasure.
He just
Somewhere.
want to know where it is.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
actually that's getting someone's truth in order to
Because
gain,
like
gain
people,
wealth.
a couple people
That's a
have
good one.
died actually looking for it. Like they go out in the mountains trying to look for it, and they're like,
Yeah.
So pirates would be another.
I love
interesting
this. I
person
love
to
this.
You go to Dan Bell. Oh no, not Dan Bilzerian.
Ask
Jeff.
him how to play
no,
poker.
no, but
You go to Jeff Bezos. You ask him if there's any way for you to give me $1 million. What would be the way? And if you told me the way, I would try to follow it and then try to get the $1 million.
What if you said there's no way?
He's just like,
look up the guy because like he has a poem out there to find the treasure map and stuff like
Colorado.
that.
Oh, I heard about this actually. Yeah.
oh, DB Cooper.
I was going to bring up DB Cooper. I was going to say, you know what? Maybe
Okay,
I'll ask
yeah,
DB Cooper what the fuck happened to him.
You think DB Cooper survived?
Do I think he survived? No. Could he have survived? Yeah.
But not him. This guy's still alive.
I know. Yeah.
But like he has a poem out there. I want to go out there and find the treasure one day.
Hiding in Colorado's mountains.
Yeah.
Let him read it because I don't really know too much about it.
In July 2017, a body was pulled out of the Arkansas River in Colorado's Royal Gorge area. It took several months to identify the deceased, but it was eventually determined to be Eric Ashby. Ashby was a 31-year-old man that had been living in Colorado Springs at the time of his summer disappearance. Ashby had gone on a rafting trip with friends near the end of June, and the raft was overturned, sending him into the rapids below. This was the last time he was seen alive. It was tragic, and it shook the local community. No one assumes the whitewater rafting is a sport without risk, but when that risk becomes real, it can be heartbreaking. Here we go.
Scroll.
Yeah. While deadly river accidents occur in Colorado's waterways every year, with more than 20 occurring in snowmelt swollen waters of 2019, this case was a bit different. Ashby was allegedly treasure hunting at the time he disappeared, said to be searching for millions of dollars of gold and other riches allegedly hidden somewhere in the American West.
Read the editor's note.
Wait. This is about the guy who was searching for
Yeah,
the gold?
the guy died.
In
Who's
April,
the guy who hit the gold?
that's we're getting there. It's a story. In
Jesus.
April 2016, roughly a year before Ashby's fatal accident, Ashby left his home state to move to Colorado. According to his family,
Oh
the
no, the
decision
next paragraph.
The
Forest.
The treasure was thought to be that of eccentric millionaire Forrest Fenn, consisting of a chest said to be hidden somewhere in the Rocky Mountains, filled with gold nuggets, rare coins, gemstones, and jewelry. The value of this chest is estimated to be around $2 million, though without more specific knowledge of the contents, it's hard to be certain.
Fenn treasure. Here you go.
Yeah,
There's a
Forrest
whole
Fenn.
poem on it and stuff like that. Me and my cousin
An art
and
dealer and author from Santa Fe, New Mexico.
me and my cousin Angie,
Yeah.
she loves like those treasure hunting shows, and me and her were thinking about actually going out there one time and actually looking for it.
In 2010, a 70-something Forrest Fenn headed north from Santa Fe on 2 trips during which he allegedly buried his riches. Once to plant the chest and second to fill it. He's now in his late 80s, and according to him, the gold has stayed put ever since. Of course, it's nearly impossible for anyone to find buried treasure without a map. While Fenn never created a map to his treasure chest, he did publish a poem that contains a list of clues to decipher. According to him, if one is able to correctly interpret the clues will lead them to the riches.
This is in Colorado.
Here is the poem. Begin it where warm waters halt, and take it in the canyon down. Not far, but too far to walk. Put in below the home of Brown. Granted, I know nothing about this area. I can't even make 2 cents
The
of this.
home of Brown. It's hidden in a dead guy's asshole.
Thanks, Mike.
Mike Mara.
Mike, this podcast is PG.
Okay, you can edit that.
I mean, look, I think this is a bit of a dead end right here, but yeah, I would talk to this guy and be like, where the fuck's your
This
treasure?
guy's dead.
No, is he dead?
No, he's saying
Said he was diagnosed with
no. He's
cancer
saying
in
for the question
1988.
if you could interview him,
Oh, yeah.
give us the truth.
Hey, Will, if I gave you coordinates to a treasure map that led to the moon, I gave you the exact coordinates, I gave you all the materials you need to get to the moon and back, there's $10 million of treasure up there. Would you go?
Why the fuck wouldn't I?
You got no.
Before the
Because you have to
treasure
go to
hunt,
space.
before he created the treasure hunt, Fenn conflicted with authorities over federal antiquities law,
FBI agents raided his home in 2009 as part of an investigation into artifact looting in the Four Corners area. Like
So that's the Four
he was
Corners
stealing,
states?
yeah, he was stealing like Navajo or Indian artifacts or something like that. I don't know if he was stealing it, but like he wasn't supposed to have it.
Worth that.
Yo, go back to that poem.
2 people targeted in the case committed suicide, and Fenn has blamed the FBI for their deaths. Interesting.
Begin where the water warms halt. So obviously, wherever that is where it meets the Colorado, or wherever the mountains are, meets the ocean, right?
Waters halt. I don't know. I'd have to look into the geography.
I have to like read up on the landscape of
Yeah.
Colorado
Yeah,
to have
exactly.
any
Well,
sort of clue.
Well, my cousin Angie is coming over tomorrow, so I think I'm going to discuss with her.
So
a
I
little
think
bit more about
me and her will get together and we'll figure it out.
No, it'll just be a trip after Corona is gone and everything. It'll be a good adventure to go take a break. Go out and see. So I was swallowing some cookies.
But back to the original question. You would ask this guy where the treasure is.
No.
You wouldn't?
No, it takes up the fun of trying to find it then.
Who cares? You'll have fun with the $10 million.
I mean, you know.
You can hide $5 million of the $10 million and then make your own poem and have people look for it.
I know people have died looking for this treasure. I don't want people.
There's a lot of people that say they already know where it is.
Well, why don't they
Was
do
that
it?
Reddit? Is that Reddit? Oh. Fucking Reddit users.
You know what?
You know you go.
You know what I saw on TV? Just to change the subject again, because that's what I do.
You only have one 360, Dave.
Nope. This is
Hold on.
no.
Hold on.
This is my. I have 4 90s.
Hold on, before
A
we.
local man who says he's found the location, wrote a book in hopes of guiding people there safely.
If I was standing where the treasure chest is, I'd see trees, I'd see mountains.
He mentioned smells of sage and pine and pinyon, and to me, you don't talk about pinyon pines if you're not in New Mexico.
For Rob Kittinger, that meant Forrest Fenn's hidden treasure was somewhere in Cimarron. It took him to the Aztec mill.
I got there, and I immediately found this giant ruin that I didn't think existed. I didn't know that I was looking for that. I just kind of stumbled across it in the woods.
Fenn, the Santa Fe millionaire, claimed in his memoir that he hid $2 million worth of gold and jewels somewhere in the Rockies, and Kittinger is sure he found the spot. But he didn't find the treasure chest.
I completely believe that the treasure was there, that somebody else found it.
So instead of popping the chest open to collect his riches like he planned to, Kittinger wrote this book about how he interpreted Fenn's poem.
Yeah, who gives a fuck? You didn't find the
Yeah,
treasure.
no. Who gives a fuck? Whoa. I solved
That's so
it.
hard.
I solved it.
It's so hard to tell if someone found it or not.
I solved it, but someone else found it.
Yeah, that's what he
a little,
said.
a little escape there from his.
I don't know. Maybe someone did find it and then just didn't report it. You know, taxes you got to pay on it.
I would not report it. I would not tell anybody I found that treasure.
Yeah, but how are you gonna cash it in so that you can actually use it?
It's gold.
Just piece by piece, a little bit here, a little bit there,
Yeah, $2 million. Yeah. Go to the golden.
a few thousand
Gold and
here.
silver pawn shop in
yeah.
Vegas?
Who knows? Find whatever your best deal is.
Yeah, but it's like, let's say like you have a new Ferrari. Like isn't like the IRA gonna come around?
You're not
going
going to buy a Ferrari. Don't buy the Ferrari.
So don't do anything. With
Sell
the
a few
money.
thousand. No, you take the money, you sell a little bit of the gold here, you get a few
Yeah.
$1,000s there, you get an apartment. You start off slow, you Breaking Bad style, baby.
$2 million.
And
spread
still
over a couple
while
years.
still maintaining a job.
Yeah.
I mean, you can eventually get rid of the job. You don't need the job.
You're just buying shit without any source of income.
I mean, yeah, you got a little bit of money saved up.
There was
now.
actually a movie about that. I can't remember what it was about, but it was.
Did you
This
did either of you
secretly-
guys watch Don't Fuck with Cats?
We
I
it.
watched part of it. I didn't watch all of it.
Yeah,
Don't Fuck with Cats is a
Netflix.
a Netflix special.
documentary, I guess.
Yeah, it's about this guy who was posting.
Basically, would have been a serial killer, but he only got the chance to kill one person.
Yeah,
But he killed cats.
It started off murdering cats, and then a whole cult of people who didn't like that got together on Facebook
And tried to find him online.
tried to find him.
I
It was
think
pretty
they
good.
Kind of did find him.
The title, when I first someone started playing it, I was like, you know what, I'm not gonna be into this. This doesn't sound like
Oh,
anything
so
interesting.
interesting. So interesting.
Didn't sound like interesting. Like Don't Fuck with Cats. I didn't think it was anything of what it was, and it was great. It was actually it was really fun. It's kind of like the Tiger King. It's like you have to keep watching the next episode. It's like it gets you.
And it kind of made me think what we just mentioned was that the part about like keeping it on the down low, like finding the treasure, selling a little bit, like not letting anyone know, like maintaining appearances so no one knows that you found the treasure. That's kind of what he was about. Like, I feel like the reason he started, like, I mean, maybe I could be wrong, but partially the reason he started, like, killing animals and then killing a guy and posting it all online
All for attention.
was all for the attention and so that he could be on the run, so he could be a fugitive and, like, that's what he wanted to do. Because, like, he literally, because part of it was, like, he wrote a blog post, like, back in, like, 2009 before he started doing anything, and it was all about, like, how to go on the run, how to, like, you know, hide in you know, and not let anyone know. You ever seen Don't Fuck with Cats?
No, I didn't see it.
Yeah. That's what
Did you hear us talking about it, like, within the last month or so?
No.
It was
Pretty
about,
crazy.
well, you can listen to the podcast.
It's on our podcast.
We just explained it, so you can listen to it on the podcast.
What's your podcast?
It's called What's the Look?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you can find it on YouTube or
called,
Spotify.
What's the Weather?
I think it's also on Apple iTunes.
No, not yet.
Actually?
Yeah.
Actually.
Oh, what's it on?
It's on Spotify and YouTube as of right now.
Oh, damn.
We usually record weekly.
We have a
and
Instagram.
our Instagram. Go to our Instagram.
You can see some clips there if you don't want to listen to the whole thing.
_the_ look on
yeah,
Instagram.
we could, you know.
It's also got a great logo.
Yeah. I don't know. So, I mean, so we're talking about treasure. The original question is truth. You know, does anybody have any other ideas about who they'd like to ask questions about?
I would need longer time, but I think Trump would be pretty funny.
Trump would definitely be the funniest.
Any question. That would be the funniest.
Hey, Bernie Sanders did say if he became president, he would tell us about aliens if they existed.
That's true. He did say that. He did say that.
But granted, he lost to Joe Biden, which is unfortunate. But
well,
technically,
as
the
I
election's
keep
not over.
saying-
The primary's not over. You can still vote for Bernie.
yeah, you can. He's still on the ballot. He's
Andrew
still
Yang,
on the
baby,
ballot.
Somers represent.
Andrew
I don't
Yang
think
went
he
to
wants
Somers.
to put Somers next to his name.
I don't know why.
Because he said he was bullied in Somers.
I don't think
He
that's
said he was
why he
bullied
doesn't
in
want to
Somers?
put Somers.
Yeah,
I guess
apparently he was like-
because he didn't really go to Somers High School. He went to Phillips Exeter, which is like a prestigious thing.
Oh, no, I thought he went to Somers for like freshman, sophomore year.
Right, and then he went to Phillips Exeter.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Well, I watched The Social Network the other night, and then I was like looking up Mark Zuckerberg. He's from Ardsley. He went to Ardsley High
did.
School,
Yeah.
and then he went to Phillips Exeter.
I mean, look.
That's the look, man.
That's
Phillips Exeter.
Phillips Exeter. Where's Phillips Exeter? In like down county?
Phillips Exeter is in Massachusetts,
Oh.
and then there's another one in New Hampshire.
And then he went to Harvard.
Well, there you go.
Where'd Yang go to undergrad?
Undergrad,
Yeah, let me see.
Columbia.
I'm gonna guess he went to Yale, just because his last name is Y-A.
Does it say it right there?
No, I'm just gonna.
Wait, go up.
No, just go to his
It's literally right
Wikipedia. Brown.
Brown. I knew it was I. Oh, and Columbia.
No, let's go.
Law
Columbia.
School of Columbia.
Oh,
What is
what's
the
AB?
Yeah, AB and JD.
AB, probably Bachelor of Arts. Yeah.
Oh.
Which JD?
Yeah.
I don't know why they put it.
JD is
JD
the-
is Juris Doctorates.
What's it called?
Juris Doctor.
I never knew that was what it was.
I mean, technically, lawyers are doctors. I guess.
Wow,
Kind
a doctor of law.
I guess that's what it is. I don't know. They don't go by doctor, but still, like, I think it's kind of related to. They're fighting over beer.
Mine.
I think, regardless of whether you're a doctor or not, it probably has to just do with a certain amount of education you get. You know, isn't your sister going to be a doctor with PT?
Yeah.
Because she went for 3 years. Law school's 3 years, so
Yeah.
I guess you're technically a doctor.
Yeah. All right. Does anyone hear one more 360?
180.
I have lined up
180.
a 180.
You get two 180.
How about a 90 degreeer?
Go ahead.
Matt?
Well, if it's
Quarter circle.
a 90 degreer means it has to be related in some way.
It's not.
Oh, so it's 180.
So it's a negative 90. So you guys remember
Negative 90.
you guys remember the movie Spy Kids?
Yeah.
And you remember the island they go to with like the thumbs?
Yeah.
Or no, is that
That's
the
the second
one?
movie.
And they have the miniature animals on that little island.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
You know what I'm
Steve
talking
Buscemi.
about?
Love that.
Steve Buscemi's part.
Thrills.
Yeah. He has all the little claymations in his little.
It's
hut.
euphoric. I was watching it the other day. I was on TV, and it gave me this question, and I said, if you could grow or miniaturize any animal, which animal would it be, and why?
I gotta be honest.
If you could think, and what I thought of off the bat was I would miniaturize a bunch of crocodiles and put them into a nice, like, you know, you put turtles. I I would build them a nice river, and I get a bunch of crocodiles, and I feed them like cold cuts or something like that. Boom, done, easy.
Dave,
I don't know if I have an answer to this.
Dave, did you make a list of questions to talk
I did.
about tonight?
I did. I prepared.
Dave's always prepared.
What's wrong with the list of questions?
Yeah, what's wrong with
I
that?
thought this was a podcast about being random and.
I mean, it is and it isn't. But
Yeah, but maybe you can answer the fucking question.
You got you piece of shit.
I don't understand the question, to be honest. We're just picking an animal.
If
and
you
putting
could
it somewhere.
grow or
well, like the
miniaturize any
spider
animal
monkey's
you
not a
want.
fucking animal from
Wait,
that
so I
movie.
can have it regular size or miniature?
Yeah.
Oh, well. if it's
Or you can
regular
grow
size,
it
I'm
to
gonna
make
have
it bigger.
I don't know if I want it bigger.
You can make anything, any animal,
I
insect,
remember- I
anything
remember
bigger
the-
or smaller.
It's like a type of cat, the margay. I think that's how you pronounce it.
I want the cat bug.
Margay.
No, not cat.
Yeah.
Why
It's
not?
like a small.
No, a real animal.
They have the spider monkey in Spy Kids.
I'm talking about any animal.
Margay.
What's a margay?
It's like a small cat. It's like a small cheetah. But
How do you
it's
spell it? M-A-R-G.
Yeah, it's right here.
Margay.
G-A-Y? Oh.
G-A-Y? No way. It's literally the size of a cat.
It looks like a
8
freaking
pounds.
tiny leopard.
Damn.
It's on the
I
picture.
think
Baller, yeah.
I think on my little private island I have a bunch of kiwis. Okay, yeah. They're so cute.
Like
They're-
birds?
Yeah, little kiwi
But I'm
birds.
asking if you can not just have them, but miniaturize or grow them.
But why would you want to do that though?
Like, if you want to own a lion, you couldn't own a fucking regular-sized lion. You can miniaturize it
small
to the
lion.
size of
we
your
all
dog.
know you can if you want.
Well, you can miniaturize it to the size of your dog, and then you can have
I
a
want a
lion.
bunch of small
and it couldn't really
kiwis.
hurt you.
I mean, I'm
No,
fine with,
small-
I'm
small
fine
people
with
do.
dogs.
Not as
Dogs are
much.
fine.
Like, Jack could... My dog's a Great Dane. He could fuck me up if he
I would
wanted
probably just want massive dogs. I think that's like the.
You want massive
to.
dogs.
I would
Not
grow...
massive.
I would grow Jack like Clifford. Like, he'd be the size of my house.
Like a Saint Bernard. Not
And
the size of my fucking house.
Just-
That's too big.
Just be like,
He'd be like, his face would be a vacuum.
this guy pissed me off.
You'd
Go
never
take
be able to clean
go
up
take
his
a
shit.
gallon piss on his lawn.
Yeah.
Or
A
take a
gallon piss would be like
10
a
gallon.
100-gallon piss.
Yeah.
Like,
No, you can make wiener dogs or dachshunds the same size as like Great Danes.
ooh, I get a whale and I make it small.
And just put him in your water glass or something.
Something like that.
Yeah, just put it in a fish tank. A bunch of
Bunch of
whales.
whales, dude.
A pod.
Sick.
A pod of whales. The size of goldfish.
I think
Small bison.
Small bison. I would have a nice little tundra shelter
Like cat-sized bison.
Is this like the
right next to my river of crocodiles.
This is
the
like
size
reminds
of
me of the
lizards.
night in the museum where they talk to
Theodore Roosevelt.
who's the guy with the broken nose who plays from
Ben Stiller?
Pixar the Pixar movie with the car Lightning McQueen. Who does Lightning McQueen?
Oh, Owen Wilson.
Owen Wilson reminds me of Night in the Museum when Owen Wilson's like a small cowboy with the miniature with the Roman and stuff like
he's
that.
also not an animal.
No, but he's like
But he is miniature.
he's miniature.
He is miniature. He's little.
Wait, look at that Will. Yeah, him and the Roman dude, like they're little miniatures.
Who is that Roman dude?
He's a British guy. He was in
Steve Coogan.
Oh, he was in the other guys. He's
The other guys.
He's the lawyer.
He's the banker.
guy,
Oh,
and the
yeah.
other guys.
Get you 2 tickets courtside.
Son of a bitch, we got bribed again.
You can't bribe us anymore. How about 2 seats?
not a bribe.
Sides.
Not
Not
right.
a bribe.
It's not a bribe.
Would you like some water with cucumber slices? That's
Not a bribe.
Not a bribe. It's not a bribe.
what I remember.
That guy's funny. He's really funny.
Look at the hair. The hair in the other guys is like black.
Looks like John Oliver in that picture.
What a movie.
That was a really good movie. Not gonna lie. I wish
That was a decent.
Despot. Gotta take a Despot. I asked Joyce if she ever took a
Despot?
She
took
did.
a Despot.
She did it in the academy,
they frown
apparently.
upon it.
No, they would joke about it in the academy apparently.
Really?
Yeah.
That's about.
That's why I want to get her on to ask her all the questions
Dude,
about
all the cop questions I asked Joyce.
about the academy. At least
Oh,
like
I
what
don't
goes
care
on in the
about
academy.
I don't give a shit about the fucking academy.
You don't give a shit about the academy.
I could not care less about the motherfucking academy.
Okay.
I want to know about all the fucking things she could pull me over for. Every ticket I've gotten in the last 2 years, I've never gotten followed up on. It was like I just send it in as not guilty every single time, and then I haven't heard anything in the last 2 years. It's been 2 years. I haven't heard anything about my
So
tickets.
you've never gotten points in your license for that stuff?
Because it's been 2 years and I haven't gotten anything. It's like you
Are
send
you
it
have
in
a
not
court
guilty.
date or something, or no?
I never get a court date. Never got
This,
anything.
you know what's crazy?
Greg didn't get anything either.
So what do you,
I'm waiting on my
Oh.
court date too.
but what is that? They just don't give you a court date, or you just paid the
They're
fine
just
or
so
something?
far
or?
behind. It takes them so long to like send. I don't know. I haven't paid anything. I just literally send the ticket in as not guilty and then wait. And then keep waiting.
Like
That's-
for me, going to work one day, he wasn't with me.
Yeah,
He was
yeah.
chilling at home. I got a ticket like in February or early March, and Dave's girlfriend Joyce, she's a cop. She helped me out with it, and instead I had to plead not guilty, and I sent it in because in Connecticut they you send it in, you just meet the judge and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's been like a
on
month.
every ticket.
Well, that's only been like a month or two, right?
It's been a month or two. I haven't gotten my court date yet.
Really?
On my most recent one, I was like a little more worried about it, so I had Darren take care of it. But besides that,
Southeast.
was it Southeast?
It was Southeast.
It might have been Southeast. Yeah.
Dude, we gotta get Darren on the
I was
podcast.
moving, dude.
Yeah, I'm sure you were.
I literally was like, I remember looking down at my speedometer and being like, huh, I wonder if I can get it to 100. It's like the fastest I've ever gone in the Honda. And then like
Your car.
then I
is
see the
fucking
cop. I
fall
see the
apart.
cop in the distance, and I'm like, I'm already going too fast. I'm already fucked. Like I already started slowing down, and he pulled out as soon as I got up to him.
I want you like in that moment. What happens if you just stopped right in front of the cop already? Like
In the middle of the highway,
Yeah.
just full on
You
stop.
get pulled over because you can't do that.
you can't stop on the highway, dude.
Well, it was
Middle
anyone
lane.
was anyone around you like that or late
It
at
wasn't
night?
crowded. It was late at night.
Oh, okay. I was gonna
That's why I
say
was
like what would they do?
Honestly, if it wasn't late at night and there was more traffic, I would have been fine because
Yeah.
I've literally done that so many times and there's no cop there. But then late at night, I guess like the cop is there.
You know
I'm
what?
like,
You know what? You ever be on like the highway and you see someone that's going like 90 on like a 70, and like you follow them and you go like 85 behind them
Willow,
because you're like they're gonna pull over the guy in front of me. They're not gonna pull over
we
me.
literally asked Joyce this question, and
Yeah.
she said, "What
Great.
did she say? She said she'd pull over whoever she can, right? She said she could try to pull over." Both
No,
of
you know what she said? She said that. So what Noah's talking about is that if you have two people speeding,
One's
let's say
trailing the other,
one's
yeah.
trailing
I'm
the
just
other.
trailing because I'm like, oh fuck,
Are-
I can't get pulled over because the guy in front of me is speeding.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Will wants to be the guy in front.
I want to be the guy in the front because the back guy is going to get pulled over first.
Right.
But what Joyce said
They
is that
radio in that the other guy's
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's
So
right.
they're going to radio into somebody else to get the guy in
Ah.
front of him. But it depends on how close the guy is. I mean, the front
could
guy
be
could probably
gone.
get away. But Noah, you think the front guy is
Should get pulled
worse
over.
off?
Because I feel like she's gonna try to pull, essentially pull over the guy in behind, and then once I move over, then she's gonna go for the you in front.
Yeah, but the guy from behind, once he pulls over and the police officer blows by him, he's just going to start driving away.
Right. That's why I want to be the guy in the behind. Wait,
Huh.
what
But
were you saying?
I think-
I'm saying she's gonna get behind both of us. I'm gonna move over.
Yeah,
one,
yeah.
and then she's gonna keep going and go pull you. over.
I just think that when the guy in the back pulls over, the cop is going to pull over with them and be like, I
right,
got one.
Right.
Not worry about
Which is-
getting a second
Which is
one.
kind of what she said. So it could go either way. I don't
Yeah.
know.
I mean, I think it gets to a point where it's like, you get one, it's successful. If you get both,
Double time.
great. So, I don't know. I mean, it depends. I think my dad said that he was speeding once and the guy went on a loudspeaker because there was no shoulder, and he said, like, get off at the next exit, and somehow he heard the guy. And
Really?
Yeah.
That's wild.
I know my dad's very obedient, but, like...
He immediately whips in.
I mean, you could totally pull, like, I didn't hear your loudspeaker or something like that. You could totally say that.
Oh, my
I don't
hearing
even know,
aids
like,
weren't
yeah,
in.
Like that's like. Have you ever been on the Merritt in Connecticut?
Yes.
You can't get pulled over on the Merritt.
Yeah, there's no
Literally
shoulder.
nowhere.
Yeah.
There's no
That's
shoulder,
what I get
there's
so
nowhere for the
scared
cop to
about.
be, like,
Yeah.
Don't you ever get really scared? Like, wow, if I get pulled over here, like, I don't know where I'm going to pull over. Or, like,
You just
if
get
I
pulled
keep
over,
driving to get to a safer place to pull over, does he think I'm trying to flee from
right,
him?
right. Yeah.
I always think of that, and so I just go to speed limit in those areas most
No, I
of the
go
time.
so fast.
I fuck myself. So, how long have we been going for?
It's gotta be an hour and a half.
Does it say up there?
I don't know. This is really great though. I like this that you have this, Will. This is nice.
it's a lot better.
Oh, the TV's great.
Yeah, TV's.
If you don't know, we have
Very
we
Joe
connected
Rogan.
Will's
Very-
TV to an HDMI cord, so everything
Yeah,
he's
Alex
typing in
Jones.
is on
Oh,
display.
Alex Jones. I would ask Alex Jones all the truth.
He
No,
doesn't
he
know,
probably
but
doesn't know
half
anything.
The, half
He's-
the
he's
shit
all-
he knows,
he's
he
just a
doesn't
scam.
actually
That
know.
guy's just a scam. He doesn't know anything. He pretends to know things.
Dave,
That's
he's
his,
46 years old.
that's
I
his
think he knows what he's talking about.
You could ask him how many guns he won. 400.
Yeah, have you seen his new look, Noah?
Dude, he looks better. He looks like Lex Luthor.
So scary. Bald Alex Jones. Oh my god, the bottom right one.
know.
Nope.
The thing is, with the truth serum question on him, he would probably still say the same things because he probably still believes it's all.
That's what I was asking.
That's
It
not
could
my
be.
question, though. The question is they have to tell you the truth.
It could
But
be
like,
the
what
truth.
if he thinks that's the truth?
Yeah, so he's not a good person to talk to.
Then we just know that person's not very smart.
But you don't know because he's the one you're asking for the truth.
It could be the actual truth. You don't know. Someone who believes it is the
but
truth.
like
When you ask them the truth, will say
he
that.
could say, "I don't know," it's the truth.
Let's talk
Right?
about this.
Yeah, that's wild to me. That's wild. Alex Jones used to be in shape.
He's
No,
bigger than
look up-
Mike.
Dude,
Yo,
that
yo.
guy, Alex Jones was jacked.
Who was the guy who does the Cosmos now? Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Yeah.
Look at
He was a wrestler.
He was a
Yeah,
wrestler
look
too.
him up. He's
In college,
ripped.
yeah.
He was ripped.
Oh, speaking of the devil, look at this. Look at this stud.
Oh, son of a bitch.
Sorry, Joe Rogan came up.
Smaller.
Well,
Dude,
he's like 5'6".
He's like
Oh,
5'6".
he's very short. Yeah, no.
He's tiny.
No, but college.
You know who's tiny too?
Who?
The Jonas Brothers. They're
Yeah.
all like 5'7",
They are very
5'6",
short.
5'7".
Wait, he's
Not saying
ripped.
there's anything
Look
wrong
at
with
him.
that,
Nothing wrong with
but I
that.
always thought they were taller. And then he was next to the girl in Thrones. Nick Jonas
Dude,
next
look
to the
at the
girl.
Dude, he looks like he's out of the Temptations, dude. He looks like he's like a straight up pimp.
He knew
like,
what he was doing
Jesus
back in the day.
Christ. Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Who does Purple Haze? Jimi Hendrix.
Yeah.
Looks like Jimi Hendrix in that one photo, like he's getting off the stage or something like
He
that.
does kind of look like Jimi Hendrix there.
Like when he's all sweaty getting off the stage. Bill Nye.
Who do you think? Alex Jones in his prime
Yeah,
or
that-
Neil
that-
deGrasse
that's a good-
Tyson? Neil deGrasse Tyson in his prime.
Or who?
Alex Jones in his
Dude,
prime.
Alex
he's
Jones.
No,
Neil
Neil-
deGrasse is
See, Alex
yoked.
Jones. Actually, no. Alex,
Look,
Neil
look at
deGrasse, Neil deGrasse Tyson. Yeah, I mean, we've shown this like 10 times. Alex Jones
yoked.
is like, or Neil deGrasse Tyson's actually pretty tall. So maybe Alex Jones, or sorry, Neil
Neil
deGrasse
deGrasse
Tyson.
What's the difference in height?
Let's find out.
So he's definitely taller than Neil deGrasse.
Neil deGrasse Tyson's probably like 6'2" or something like that.
No. You think?
What do you think he is?
Well, okay, fine.
If you don't know who Neil deGrasse Tyson is, look him up. He's
Now?
an American
6'2",
astrophysicist.
you're right. Yeah, okay. I would take Neil deGrasse Tyson full.
Oh, he's 6'2".
I would take the young Neil deGrasse and the old Neil deGrasse.
I like how they show you Bill Nye and then Mike Tyson's height.
5'10". Yeah.
So random.
Joe Rogan's
That'd be a good
5'7".
fight.
Wait, Joe Rogan's
we,
shorter.
we said 5'6". Yeah, he's
Yeah, he's really
close.
short.
Bone broth.
How are you gonna find Alex Jones' weight?
What's the difference? He has more hair and he's redder.
They said
That's the whole
no. Someone said he went belt shopping and he got sunburned.
Yeah, literally, he got a fucking belt.
This guy's a walking meme.
Alex Jones. Dave, if Alex Jones asked to be on the podcast, would you be like, fuck yeah?
Oh yeah,
Absolutely.
for sure.
If I could just meet Alex.
I wouldn't let him go off on one of his rants. I'd just tell him to shut the fuck up and
Aliens.
answer my
No, I
question.
would absolutely let him go off on his rants.
Absolutely, I love that shit. I was listening to
Me,
the
I want to
pod.
extend his platform on our show. Then everyone comes after us. You
He's got
fuckers.
fucking boobs.
When I was listening to the Joe Rogan, Alex Jones podcast, like half the stuff he was saying, I couldn't tell if he was bullshitting or it was actually
He's
true or not.
bullshitting. He's a fake.
I think it's
No.
real.
He bullshits a
I think
lot,
it's real.
but he does know a lot about history, though. I'll give him that.
Oh yeah,
Like,
I'm sure. But like,
I
I mean,
personally
he
think.
he came back. He was like doing like he was like going to the bathroom or something. He comes back and Joe Rogan's like, Alex, we're talking about kamikazes, and then he just went off for like 30 minutes about like the Japanese during World War II, and it's just like, oh wow, just dig up a freaking library of information like that.
So you guys want to bring up the bracket now?
Yeah, let's close it up with the bracket.
All right. Well, let's figure out what the bracket is.
I didn't even get to say my
Okay,
thing I
well,
wanted to fucking
What the fuck do you want to say?
Well,
No,
what?
I'll save it for another podcast.
Alright, save it
It's
for the next
fine.
podcast, then.
that's
It's
fine.
fine.
Save the information.
Keep it in. Type it in your notes
Alex
and
Jones
bring it
with
up to the
boobs.
table next time.
No.
All right. So we're gonna do a bracket. It can be anything, any topic, any food, any movie, or any person. The bracket can be in anything. And
We gotta pick the category. for
we're
playing
thinking
it.
we're thinking of doing about 32 total teams or 32 types of things, wherever we do, instead of 64, because 32's
Yeah, 64 would be ridiculous.
64 would be a lot.
Well, what
so-
so you only have 30 teams on it.
No, we're not talking about teams. We're talking about topics. So like, if I said candy, we come up with 32
like
candies.
movies, food, fictional characters, music,
I think we
sports.
should do movies.
You think movies? Well, this is the first one. There's gonna be multiple.
But we're
Yeah,
thinking
so
like
we-
we're thinking like if people are listening, like they may not know like more inclusive, like more open movies that everyone's probably seen. And you can put those
We could-
against each other.
We could make it more specific too and make it like 32 horror movies.
We could.
And then
I don't
just
think
pit
there's that
those against
many.
each other.
Anyway, back to categories for our bracket.
Comedians.
because we're very bored and we need a bracket
We
to
can
do.
do comedians as a
I
bracket.
don't know many comedians.
Yeah, I don't know if we have 32 comedians to.
Well, it doesn't have to be 32. We can do 16. I mean, we can do, you know. It doesn't have
You
to
could
be.
do 16.
You could do, yeah. I mean, you could do 8 if you wanted.
No,
but
that's
like,
stupid.
I'm just saying, because you got to remember, if you're going to do 32, you're going to have to do so many, you know, you got 16 matchups, then you got another 8 matchups, then you got 4 matchups, then 2 matchups, then you got the final matchup. So, like, that in itself is, you know, a lot.
I'm trying to think.
I say you start off with 8 or 16.
What about like junk food snacks? Like
Just snacks.
Just do
the
candy.
best, just the best. You want to do candy?
I say just do snacks. Candy can be a
No,
snack.
let's do. What's the next holiday around the corner?
I feel like we should do snacks just because
Memorial
we need
Day?
to,
Broaden it up.
4th of July.
Independence
we need
Day?
to snacks
4th of
for this
July.
podcast
Yeah.
for us
Let's
to
do the
have.
top 32 alcoholic beverages.
That could be one.
No, but like if you're like
I thought this was
that can like complicate because of like when you want to drink them. Like if I want to get fucked up, I'm not gonna drink beer.
Then do.
It's all gonna be complicated like that. Like one movie
True.
compared to another movie. Like I think alcohol can be one.
4th of July is around the corner, man. People are gonna be drinking at home.
So
by
I'm
themselves.
on this site.
I'm already getting fucked up.
I don't
Okay.
think it's a bad idea. Why don't we just do something unique?
Yeah. Well, what do you have in mind?
All
I
right,
mean, we
all
can
right. We'll
discuss.
do best pasta. You
No.
like the little?
Can you think of 32 different pastas or
You got
16 different
Cavatelli.
pastas?
You got
You got,
penne. You got rigatoni. You got the little wagon
actually,
wheels.
you know what's funny?
Cavatelli.
You know what's funny?
You got
I
the
don't-
shells.
Angel hair.
You know what's funny? I don't think any of us are
Spaghetti.
doing. I don't think any of us are doing a service to pastas, because none of us are Italian
Yeah,
at all
that's true.
whatsoever.
Brenneroni.
Mispronouncing all of them.
Pastina,
I'm just saying.
Pepperoni.
You want ideas? I'm just throwing it
pepperoni
out there, man.
pasta, hamburger helper.
I'll be honest. I think alcohol's not a bad one. I think that's a really
That's a
good
good
idea.
one.
Now, are we
Okay.
talking about beer or hard liquor?
Everything. I'm not
Why
gonna
not
do
put
beer.
both?
That's gonna be too specific.
You call against the seltzers against the rock.
I mean, how are you gonna compare a Bud Light to a Bud Heavy?
How do you
Heavy?
compare the two?
I mean, which one's good? Bud Heavy, like a regular Bud.
If you're doing
Oh.
alcohol, you have to put it in between liquor or beer. You have to choose which one.
Your hard seltzers and like the other beers and IPAs, or you want to do like hard liquor? We can do 2 brackets. You know what? When we do the bracket and the finals
They're
come
beer.
out,
They taste
we'll buy one of
practically
every
the same.
single type of beer and try them all out.
Do a taste test.
Do a taste test and
Okay.
convince
Maybe
what's
that's for another time.
what.
Well, it's obviously for another time, but still.
That would be a great thing. We buy one of every beer in the 32. People vote. We test them out. We understand why they like it or why they don't like it. And there we go. We'll get fucked up, do a podcast, and we'll determine why it's the winner.
That's our new soundbite.
Perfect. We got nothing else to do.
fucked
We get fucked up. We get fucked up.
Like
This
literally,
is good.
sounds like a good idea.
We go to the woods.
boys.
We get fucked up.
They give us a reason to drink. Get ready for 4th of July.
You
Get the
stop yelling.
best beer.
Yelling a lot.
You're yelling.
Sorry.
It's fine. It's fine.
Aggressive.
It's like you're the end of
Drinking.
your presidential speech, and you're like trying to bring the point out. To the
Unless you do the best alcohol on one side of the bracket and the best snacks on the other side of the bracket,
We
and then
need
you
to
have
give beer
Reese's against
to
Bud Light,
everybody.
and whoever wins wins.
It's a really interesting. Now you know what?
Now we're talking.
We're just gonna put them all in. We're gonna put movies versus snacks versus heavy.
All right, first round, Jaws.
124 topics.
Jaws, but versus Bud Light Seltzer. First round.
Oh, Jaws would
Jaws
probably.
versus Bud Light Seltzer.
Jaws would win. No one likes the
Yeah, I
Bud
don't really
Light
like the Bud Light Seltzer. White Claw. White Claw is better.
I like the Bud Seltzer.
Honestly, all
Avatar
the
against
seltzers
Bud
are-
You know what?
Seltzer.
You know what?
I
We
like
can
the
we can incorporate all alcohol.
That's why
How about-
when
how about
we
we-
do the beer one, we'll try them on, determine which one's better than the other one.
All right, so how about we incorporate all alcoholic beverages that you can drink, that has a sufficient amount that you can sit and enjoy. It's not like a shot. It's either a Bud Light Seltzer or Bud Light beer, Heineken
I
beer,
haven't been able
Or
Budweiser,
to.
a
Corona,
Smirnoff Ice.
a Smirnoff Ice, anything like that.
Ooh,
We can match them
who's
up
gonna
against
get
each other.
iced? I mean, to be honest, I have tons of income that I'm not spending on anything right now. I could buy one beer of everything
a
right now,
flex.
and then we can do our little bracket. That's
Matt,
something we
are you volunteering to be a What's the Look donor right now?
I'll be
Alright.
a half a dollar.
So-
I get the
so
16
right now-
out of 32.
So wait, right now, without putting any matchups up, let's get a list of around 32 drinks that we
Okay.
can put in the first round.
adult beverages.
I say we do it.
Adult
Alright.
beverages. So what's first
Get
on
the
the
Excel
list?
Are you
page up.
driving the list?
Yeah, I'm typing it down in my notes right now.
No, Will's got up on the screen so we can all see.
Okay, well, you type it
So,
down. What's the 32?
alcoholic
1 through 32.
beverages, or what's the specific
I
topic?
guess we're keeping it under 10%, right? Under a certain percentage.
See, the thing is, I don't know too many IPAs.
I mean, we can pull up some. I mean, we can have IPA be its own category.
Ready? So we need some shitty ones to match up against the good ones, or should we just list the best ones?
Let's just list
I
them
say
out.
we-
List everything you know.
Let's list. Okay, so Bud Light.
Bud Light.
Bud Heavy.
Keystone.
But Bud Light and Budweiser are two different. We're saying, or we're doing them
I
as
think
the
they have
same.
to be separate.
They are
Okay,
separate.
fair
They are
enough.
separate. Yeah.
Fair enough.
So we got Bud Light. We got Budweiser.
All right, get the Bud Seltzers in there. They're all in the
Corona.
same group. Let's just get
Is it hard seltzer in general or specifically Bud Light
Specific.
seltzer?
Specific.
I think it's hard.
Specified.
Oh, really?
100%
Yeah.
specified.
I was gonna say hard seltzer in general.
They do all taste the same.
They're
Yeah,
so
but
different,
like
though.
I like the what didn't Corona make seltzer?
They did.
I like the Corona seltzer better than the. No, wait, no. Where's the other way around?
I think it's too specific. I think you just gotta do hard
Let,
seltzer.
no, what,
I
let's
think
see-
you split it up
You think?
because it's only a couple.
But how many people have like looked into the depth of this hard seltzer?
We'll figure it out.
We've already tried all of them.
Well,
I mean, we're a special group, man.
Well, should we put Blue Steel up there? No?
Blue Steel. Oh, that's the the off-brand
Hold on,
Four
pull
Loco.
the bat on.
Full what?
The bat.
Wait. Put Bud Seltzer up there first.
Can you even throw Four Loco up on there?
The Bat Blue. Okay.
I mean, we're doing 20 or sorry,
What's that?
32
What's that
or
Canadian beer?
Molson.
Molson.
Molson's good.
Put Molson up there. Corona. Oh, Corona. What's the P one? Corona.
Throw up Keystone.
Modelo.
Throw
I
up
love
Keystone.
Modelo.
No,
Natty Light.
No,
I don't
no.
lose first.
Bush.
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 Wait.
Bush.
Which Corona?
Huh?
We have the Corona Seltzers. We have the Corona Premium. Or
I
Premier.
you just gotta do Corona. I mean, like, we're gonna do Corona
Well,
against
I guess because
Corona
then
Extra.
the question becomes: should we do Bud Light Platinums?
Yeah, now we're getting really specific because these companies are so good at marketing.
This
really
is
good point.
We got
great.
Heineken. Put a
Oh,
Heineken.
if we're gonna do 32, we gotta start naming some shit. So I'm gonna say Bud Light Platinum here.
It's a lot of beer.
We can always
Well,
delete.
then if you're gonna do all the seltzers too, so then we need the Corona seltzers, we need the White Claws, we need the Trulies, and we need the.
The
Add them
mermaid
all.
one.
Throw them all.
What's the mermaid one?
Oh, well, add in Heineken.
Yeah, Heineken.
No, Land Shark too.
Land Shark,
Blue Moon.
Blue Moon.
Blue Moon's good too. Labatt Blue.
We already got it.
Yeah,
Couple Labatt Blues.
Can you put in Lagavulin? No,
Don't-
not
you can just
Lagavulin.
put IPAs.
Did you put Stella Artois?
No, not
The screen. It's on the screens there. Tell me. I mean,
not
like,
Lagavulin. That's
not
I don't
Lagavulin.
even know what that is.
Sorry, what's that?
Dos
I know
Equis.
that.
Dos Equis.
So it's like, sure.
Guinness.
Guinness. I hate Guinness.
I hate Guinness too. I think Mike loves Guinness.
Mike does love Guinness.
Miller High Life.
Well, how about Miller?
Miller Light.
Miller, Coors, Schlitz.
Michelob Ultra. Michelob Ultra.
The fuck is Schlitz?
Dude, it's right here.
Schlitz.
Oh, this one.
That's what they drink over in Bang.
Line and Hugels.
Yeah, like
Oh, wine and Kugel.
Summer Shanty. Good shit. Very relaxing beer to drink too.
Very relaxing beer to drink.
It's a nice.
Did you
I don't know.
put
Oh,
did you put Michelob Ultra?
We
Ultra
forgot
one?
all the apple ciders. We got Red's Apple Ale. We have what's
I
it called?
guess we can do
Hardwood?
that.
I'm trying to Woodchuck.
No, not Woodchuck. What's the one with the tree on it?
You've already got.
Oh, put in Rolling Rock.
Four Loco. Jesus Christ.
Jeez.
No, that's not
I
under
don't know if Four
10%.
Loko counts.
Rolling or sorry. Okay, so what is Four Loco? 12%? Like,
That's over. Dude.
are we really gonna cut it off? I think that's a valid freaking.
You want to put Four
beverage.
Loko on there? That's gonna skew all our results.
Dude, Four Loco is gonna beat Bush. Okay.
It's gonna beat all
Oh,
of
Red
those.
Dog. Red Dog.
The fuck is Red Dog?
It's a beer.
Okay.
No, don't do Red Dog.
Do people know what that is?
My grandpa would. He always tells us to get Red Dogs
All right, put
when he
it on.
came over to drink Red Dogs. You ever seen this, Brad?
No, I've never seen it.
I don't know why he liked it, but he always drank Red Dogs.
Oh, I'm trying to think of these beers I had
The
down.
Brewers
Oh,
Miller Coors.
Angry Orchard.
Angry Orchard.
Good one.
Did you put Stella? Did you do Stella?
Now I did.
Okay. Did you do Arrow? What's the Arrow one?
Oh,
Cider.
what about
What's that? What's it?
what's what?
I'm trying to think of it.
The cider with the Strongbow.
Strongbow.
That's good shit.
What about Steel Reserve? You ever had that shit?
Yeah, I know what that is.
Oh,
That's the knockoff for Loco.
Oh,
Did you put Blue Ribbon, Will?
PBR.
PBA.
For one of those, you know, the IPAs and stuff like that. A lot of kids in my school drink something called Boom Sauce.
Boom sauce.
Yeah,
Well, try to see if you can make it 2 columns.
Can we get this on XL?
see, is it Coors? Is it Miller or Miller Banquet or Coors?
I feel like we're missing some hard seltzer ones.
We have. Do we have Trulies up there?
Fuck.
No, get rid of that.
I know. I'm just trying to get a.
It's all good. Just if you write it down, it's good.
Are you talking about Trulies? Do you have have the Corona seltzers up there, Will?
Dude, I'm trying, man. I'm trying.
No, go to layout. At the top, down. See if that had columns. Columns. Bang, baby!
Did we get Modelo?
No, Brenner.
I don't know why that's...
Did we get Modelo?
I think, honestly, a lot of these we're typing here are just going to get destroyed.
Yeah.
Yo,
Schlitz?
Did you put red
Schlitz?
No, wait. So
We're putting Schlitz against Bud Light first round.
If we find something better, we
What?
can
Red
substitute it.
Stripe.
Red Stripe.
Yeah, it's a Jamaican beer.
Yeah.
We're reaching right now.
Wait, did we
Good
put
stuff.
Modelo?
Yeah.
We did? Where? I don't see it.
Oh, did you not put Manila?
I was trying to put columns for you, Noah, and now.
Wait, Will, I don't see Corona seltzers up there.
Well, we're
All I
approaching
do is-
32 right now.
I do see Corona seltzer. Do we have
All right,
Bud Light
so-
seltzer?
So we can
Do
pick
we have
and,
White Claws?
Okay,
We don't have White Claws.
Can you shut up for 1 second?
Do we have White Claws?
So we can pick and choose.
We don't have White Claws.
Shut up!
No.
Shut up! Shut your mouth!
No, we do have Corona seltzers. It's just 21.
You fucking alcoholic.
We do have Corona seltzers, but we can delete.
Okay, so we can.
I think we need to consolidate.
We can delete the shitty ones. We know they're gonna get blown away.
You mean Schlitz?
Yeah.
This is one of the best ones.
All right, get rid of Michelob Ultra. Get rid of
No, that's a great one.
it.
Okay, we have 32 on the table right now. We can either go for 64 or we can consolidate.
No.
Or
Are we missing any? We're brainstorming.
Are we gonna
right
make the bracket 1 versus 2 and all that, or no?
Yeah,
Who goes who?
Schlitz is getting a tough match first round. I mean, we can't have Schlitz against like I don't know.
Where's
Bush.
Schlitz?
I mean,
What
who the
is
fuck knows
Schlitz?
the answer to
I
that?
don't know what Schlitz is.
That's the point.
Get rid of it.
You won't know because it won't make it past the first round.
Well, okay.
This is like Duke versus.
All right,
I mean,
Well,
Bud Light is not
well,
going to be against Budweiser.
Okay,
Kansas
hold
City
up.
versus
When you look at this
nobody's
list,
school.
I'm looking at the list.
what are the main things that we're missing?
That's okay. That's a great question. We're spitballing. So let's see. What are we missing?
Or we can look at the shittiest ones and like substitute them. For
I know,
ones that we find
that's
that are
what I'm
better.
doing.
Well, let's list them out, and then once we have everything we need, then we'll eliminate
All right,
the Schlitz.
highlight the ones in.
I don't think
that
we're
are
missing
good.
it. I don't think we're missing it.
Highlight the ones that were good in green, and then the ones were like questionable in yellow.
I don't think it even.
back.
I don't even think. Okay, fine. I still think we should combine the seltzers. I mean, having
No,
But
that's
who,
a new thing.
Who knows the difference? Do people know the difference?
Yes,
I say
absolutely.
people. I'm not saying you guys. You guys clearly do.
I
But,
know
like,
people know the difference too. Trust
you
me.
think so?
Yes.
I'm not saying your family. I'm saying outside the house.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. I mean, Bud Light Seltzer came out 2 months ago, man.
I think
it'd be good
people-
because they're all pretty popular and they can make good brackets or competition.
Turn that fuck up. No, what the fuck are you doing, man?
Okay,
Doing
I'll do what you said, Matt. I'm going to highlight them in green, right? So Heineken, Stang, Landshark, Blue Moon, Dos Equis. Okay, these ones are good.
Osakis.
Dos Equis is a good one. People like Dos Equis. It's not going to win this
Are
bracket,
Blue
but
Moon, really? Okay.
it's fine, man.
Okay.
Blue. Why would you not do Blue Moon? People love Blue Moon. I like Blue Moon.
I put yellow on Schlitz, whatever the fuck it's.
Schlitz. These. That's not a green. So Schlitz is questionable. Lunenkugels, I'd say, is questionable,
I
but
know, but you guys never had it. It's
Michelob.
very-
I'm putting the greens first. The greens are the important ones.
No,
This
Michelob Ultra.
is Michelob Ultra is popular amongst like the over 40 crowd, for sure. I'd say Four Loko stays.
Okay.
We need to appeal to people. We don't
Rolling
need to appeal
Rock.
like
Put that as a red.
red.
I never know what that is.
It's the green and blue. It's mostly green.
Holy Red Dog is red.
I'll
too.
show you Rolling Rock, just because Rolling Rock. You've seen this beer, right?
No, never.
Wow.
Oh, yes, I have.
Okay.
Never had it.
Labatt Blue will keep.
Put.
Molson will keep.
No,
Corona.
wait, you forgot Red Dog. Put that red.
People don't know what that is, though.
I know, put it red.
Oh, okay. Reddit for red. Keystone, Natty Light, Bush, Angry Orchard, Distilla, Strongbow. These ones can stay.
No, Steel Reserve. I never heard of Steel Reserve.
Matt, you drank Steel Reserve on the subway with me and
That's
Greg.
the first time I ever fucking had it, dude.
Do you know what Steel Reserve is? Steel Reserve is like, let's save 50 cents instead of going to Four Loko.
The knockoff.
We were drinking, it wasn't this one, it was blue. We were drinking the blue cotton candy one.
That's going against Bud Light, and it's going to lose in the first round. I don't want that.
No, Schlitz is going against. I keep giving Schlitz a hard time here.
All right, well, Dal, keep that.
These two are staying. Okay,
So what are we
so
missing? Do we have the Bud Light sauce?
Lunenkugel's
We
Red
don't-
Stripe. This should be red.
Okay. Red Stripe is a popular Jamaican. Have you had Red Stripe?
I don't know what that
Popular
is.
Jamaican beer.
I've seen commercials for it.
If we can find, okay, I've seen this before. And
Very-
Lunenkugel's
actually-
I'll make red as well.
Actually,
I say there's no IPAs on here, so either we get an IPA or we have IPA its own category. It's my opinion.
I had never had IPAs. I
That-
can't.
That's fine, but I think like a lot of people have had.
We're
IPAs
missing
before.
Trulies, which is another.
Another seltzer. We have like 8 seltzers now.
We need it. That's the new thing right now. Can we do a 34 bracket or no? It has to go to 64.
No, we should make it a round, like square number, like
Who gets buys?
2, 4, 16.
People get buys?
8,
4 buys?
4 buys. No, there's no buys. Bud Light's not getting a pass.
It's the ultimate college drink.
Dave, welcome back. We're talking about alcohol.
You're looking at the Jamaican one.
See, these are all mixed drinks.
You know what's crazy? That internship I did for the Norwalk Spring Festival canceled.
Well,
Obviously.
Okay. I can
So
assume that.
all that work I did for nothing.
Yeah, that's kind of shitty. I'm just writing.
But they had Jamaican beer. Whatever that Red Stripe. Is that what it's called?
Colt 45s.
No.
Yeah, but I don't know what that be. Like I know everything except
You're putting it all in green. Well, Court 45, I never heard of it.
Colt 45. Heard of that?
You've never heard of Colt 45.
You never heard of Colt 45?
Never had.
You've never
it.
had Edwards or ever played Edward Scissorhands?
Wait, do we add?
No.
Do we add
Sorry.
Do we add Four Loko?
Yeah, it's on.
Yeah.
Are we talking about the OG Four Loko or the new one?
Doesn't matter. I mean, I'm not saying that like it's gonna win, but I think we should just look at an IPA on here.
Sure. What's the best IPA? Most popular.
I think it'd just be IPA. I mean, IPAs are so craft. I think it's got to be its own category.
Oh, did
in
we
my
add
opinion.
Smirnoff Ice on there?
Oh no, we didn't.
Thought I did, but I can.
Who's gonna get ice, baby?
I say we take whatever the fuck we don't give a shit about and put Smirnoff Ice in place of that.
I think Red Dog or Red Stripe or Lunenkugel's.
Get rid of
Schlitz.
Red Stripe. No one. That's from Jamaica. I don't know why it's on there.
So good.
How'd you get Red Stripe?
I've had it all the time.
Okay.
Get rid of Red Dog. Get rid of Schlenzer.
You can get rid of Red Dog.
Rolling Rock. Get rid of it.
It is a pretty shitty
What's
beer.
Steel Reserve?
It's a knockoff for Loko.
Get rid of fucking
What is
Steel
that?
Reserve, dude. Come on.
I wouldn't trust any other brand besides I don't even trust Four Loko. So
How
why would
many
I
more
trust
do we
any
have
other-
to get rid of? We gotta get rid of 2 more.
Where was Steel? Oh, here it is.
Get rid of Steel Reserve. 1 more. Get rid of Schlitzer.
What is this? Let me just see what it is.
What is it?
Schlitz. Schlitz.
Do you know what beer I really want to find, Will?
Schlitz.
Do you know what beer I really want to find, Will?
What's that?
The Rattler.
I don't know what that is.
That's Arnold Schwarzenegger's favorite drink. It's like lemonade and beer. It's a one. Look up the Rattler. It's like lying. That's the same. No, don't get rid of that. We're at 32 right now.
We are at 32. Okay.
Look up the Rattler beer.
Excuse me.
Beer.
Like we can't put like Pink Whitney or anything like that. That's
Hard liquor, I guess. Yeah. I mean, this could be such a massive bracket. It's insane.
But I feel like keeping it
Yeah, the Rattler.
like it would be like in hand drinks, like from the can.
See that first one? Oh look, there's Lion Google in there. Yeah, the Rattler. The Rattler is the
Summer Shandy.
is the Arnold Schwarzenegger's Arnold Schwarzenegger's favorite beer. It's beer and lemonade. Very refreshing. That's what my beer is. Though.
Oh wait, lemonade. How about Mike's Hard? Excuse me.
Oh fuck.
Yeah,
no,
that was
I want to get rid of my beer though.
No, get rid of
Matt, you
no,
gotta
wait.
put it up for
Let's
the
look
team,
down
team first.
Let's look down the list.
No, I probably
Lion Kugels. What is that?
It's right there in the picture.
Get rid of Lion Kugels.
It's so good though.
Before we get rid of Leinenkugels, Dave, read through the other ones and make sure that that's the one you want to eliminate.
I want to get rid of Michelob Ultra.
It's challenging because you have things like Keystone, Natty, and Busch. It's like it's the same fucking beer. It's all shit.
it's all cat.
It's all garbage.
Those are first round knockoffs.
These are first. Yeah, exactly.
No,
Like,
well, get
Busch.
rid of off the list. I'm gonna buy a cake. I'm gonna bring some over still.
What are you talking about?
When we taste all of these.
What, Red Stripe Jamaican beer?
You can get rid of
Leinenkugels
and put the one you want. It's so
I don't
good.
have one that I want. What are you talking
Hey,
about?
Matt.
What's the beer you were just talking about?
You know what?
Mike's
If you
Hard?
bring me a lining,
Yeah.
if you bring me
Well-
a lining Kugel and I think it's fantastic, I'll give you $5.
I have them all at home.
And when he says fantastic, he means different than Bud Light.
Well, it's a seasonal beer, so I don't know if
Like
they're
better
out
than
yet.
Mike's Hard, because that's where you're putting up off the list.
Land Shark. Are we keeping Land Shark?
Yeah,
Matt, are we keeping Land Shark?
could be some Landshark fans out there.
No, are we keeping Land Shark? Okay.
Yeah, keep them
Get rid of lining Kugel. Oh wait, Colt 45. Like I
We can get rid of it.
I haven't seen that. All right, whatever. Keep it. We'll keep it. We gotta get 32 anyway.
Okay, all these 32. Can we go all buy these at the store?
We can.
That's
No.
31. Well, that's 31.
No, we're 32.
No, we only have 31. We need one more.
Oh, you got rid of it. You got rid of my.
What did I get rid of?
Just
Leinenkugel?
put
Yeah,
the
you
goddamn.
told me to.
No,
put it back.
Put it back. That's 32. We're done.
I mean,
If anyone's a subscriber, it's Matt.
Okay,
He can
well,
have his
now-
one pick.
Now, Will, find
but
a
how
line.
about that seltzer that has zero sugar with the mermaids? What is it?
No, forget that. No one gives a shit about that one.
Okay.
Okay, now, Will, find a website
Find a website.
that makes a random bracket and put all 32 in.
Well, that's the other part. Should we assign rankings
No,
now?
just make it random.
No, we can't do that because you're gonna have great things eliminated in the first
So
round.
wait, how about we do this?
You're
Ready?
gonna have White Claw against like
You don't
Bud
know
Light
that.
Platinum in the first round.
Yeah, White Claw will win.
I'm not saying it won't.
No,
but
no. We gotta make. They've deserved a high spot, so they either
Okay,
deserve to play a
Because
lower
we're gonna
ranked
get
team.
because
Hold
of randomization. Leinenkugels is gonna be in the final four.
You don't know that.
Nah.
Okay, I say,
I mean, but it would still lose.
I mean,
say-
it would have to get very lucky,
say
but
let's just do one random bracket and see how it comes
No,
out. If it
we
looks
can
good, it
list-
looks good. If it
No, no,
doesn't,
no.
all right, we'll make our own.
No,
okay,
stop.
How about that? No, shh. Let me just
We
do
gotta
it.
stop talking over each other. So stop.
No, you're the boss of me. Fuck you. Fuck off.
Matt, come on,
Fuck you.
stop.
We'll do it.
Stop,
Go
man.
ahead.
Why should we do random though? If we could just like associate like numbers, I guess.
Oh, bracket.
Keep looking.
Yeah, create bracket. You might have to pay money for this. You need more teams.
Single elimination, bracket name, bracket description.
But like, how about we put in a list of the top 10 that we think are in around the top 10, and then we do another top 10, which would be the top 20, and then we would assign them to each other by that.
Well, yeah, I'm saying like, why don't we just like, yeah. So let's. What's the top 10 right now?
Bud Light.
So
Make it gold. It's our winners.
Bud Light is in the top 10. Budweiser. What do you think? It's tough. Okay, go through the rest of it. Give me another one that's an automatic top 10.
Corona.
Heineken.
Corona's a top 10.
Heineken.
Heineken.
I say platinum, right?
No, do Coors Light and do Miller.
I say Labatt Blue.
You think
For
Labatt Blue?
me.
No,
I would say let's hold off on that for now. I think Guinness is a top 10.
Okay.
do
For
Miller and Coors Light.
I think White Claw.
Do White Claw, fine. Do Miller and Coors Light.
Mike's Hard.
Just keep.
Mike's Hard is a top 10, I think.
Can you please do Miller and Coors Light, please?
Well, but
One
those
second.
those are very like we're doing the obvious ones, right? So like
Miller and Coors
I think
Light?
Angry
Coors
Orchard.
Light.
Angry Orchard. I'd rather have an Angry Orchard than a Miller Lite.
Okay.
Do you
Yeah.
But I
understand
think
that
Coors Light. Yeah, you gotta put
those-
Coors Light.
You have to put Coors Light. I have a fridge
Coors Light.
downstairs.
Okay, that's fine. So
can
so
relax.
so
How many do you have right now?
we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 3 more at least.
8, right? For the Corona?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Okay.
How about, do we put Four Loko, or is Four Loko going to be a dark horse in this race?
Dark horse.
Okay.
Please put Miller as your number 8.
Okay, fine.
Now you got 2 more, right?
I think
Budweiser.
Budweiser's a top 10. And now I think think of Bud Light Platinum, Blue Moon, Angry Orchard.
My dad would kill me if I didn't try to get Labatt Blue.
That's him, though. That's him.
I think like,
Labatt
because
Blue.
it's Canadian, I don't think it's going to have a very big audience, but it could. I don't know.
Molson's Canadian too. Right?
I say Labatt and Molson stay as dark horses.
Just do do Angry Orchard.
Bud Light Seltzer's
Angry Orchard.
It's the top. It's the top.
Okay,
We
so
didn't even do Red's Apple.
is there anything not in the top 10 that you think should be in the top 10 as of right now? We've got Bud Light, Budweiser,
the
Heineken
the Corona Seltzer and the Bud Light Seltzer. I think those are deserving.
of the top 10. So what are you going to kick out of the top 10?
Pretty similar to White Claw, which is in the top 10. So I would say.
But what are you going to kick out of the top 10?
No. They're in the next level.
Oh, okay. So our top 10 right now is Bud Light in no particular order. Bud Light, Budweiser, Corona, Heineken, Angry Orchard, Guinness, Miller, Coors, White Claws, and Mike's Hard.
It's pretty solid.
Okay, I say we keep it. So now these two, I'd say, is in the next 20 or next
I
10.
want to put seltzer in the Bud Light seltzer.
Why not?
It's still
It's
too new.
White
It's
Claw.
kinda new.
White Claw's in the top 10. So
Because it's
therefore
White
Bud
Claw.
Light Seltzer
Everyone knows about White Claw. No one knows about Bud Light seltzer.
Doesn't matter. Know about it.
No
It's
one
how-
even knows
if you-
about Corona seltzers
If
either.
you know about it if you tasted it, Matt.
That's perfect. Land Shark.
I think
Yep.
these.
Blue Moon.
I think these two are the next 10.
Yeah,
Dos Equis next 10.
you gotta put Labatt Blue.
I'll put these two in the next 10.
Yeah, but Labatt Blue and Molson.
No,
Truly.
not
You
Corona.
gotta put Truly.
See, I feel like
Oh,
everyone knows
geez.
PBR, Keystone, and Natty Light because they're college.
Michelob.
think
I'll
that-
put Michelob in the next 10. My
Anything
opinion.
else? Anything else that you don't think is not on the bottom level?
So-
So you think to bring up? Anything on here? Corona Seltzer.
Are you just? I mean, like two. So we need 2 more for
Corona
the.
Seltzer. Corona Seltzer.
No. It's so new. No one even knows about that.
Why do you keep saying that? What do you mean no one knows about it? What does that mean?
Do smarter.
Everyone knows Corona's a
people.
seltzer
People have
now.
been icing each other for years.
The commercials have been like on the Super Bowl, like everywhere.
Corona ones?
Corona Seltzer.
I haven't seen
Yeah.
a single commercial for it.
Hard Seltzer is selling like amazingly. right
Don't
now.
say in general. I meant their specific brand.
Okay. Well, like I can't really tell the difference between White Claw and Corona Seltzer.
I think we got a list. We're good.
All right. So
I'll
now
put
we've
Corona
got
Seltzer not at the bottom.
we've got 20 now. Now 21 through 30.
We don't have to do 21 through 30. The
All
rest
right.
is
So the
shit.
rest. So 12. These are the
All
bottom
right, put
12.
in the
then.
bracket now.
Okay. Well, we can do that later.
Do it
Yeah.
now.
I mean, no. I mean, we'll release a bracket and we'll get it going.
Yeah. We'll be sure to post the bracket on our Instagram page
Yep.
for you guys to see, and then we may or may not post polls for you guys to vote on what you think should make it onto the next round, and the matchups we'll post. So it'll be this or that, what you choose on Instagram. So
And for
be on the
the
lookout for that.
for the next podcast, we'll discuss the results and who moves on, and we'll move on to the next round.
Wait, how are we going to do that? We're going to just... Oh, we're going to make a bracket?
I just said it.
Yeah.
If you were listening,
We're going to buy them all.
We're not gonna buy them all.
we're
Yes,
not
we
gonna
are.
buy them all.
Yes, we are. I can see it.
We'll
No,
figure it out.
maybe in the third round we'll test them ourselves and then make a pick when there's not 32 options.
I don't know. I say each time we do a round, someone buys 2 of the competitors.
You know what? Up for debate.
It's
It's up for debate.
So what do we get? One, and then we just pour each other a little glass.
No,
of
we
it?
get a 6-pack.
Oh my god! Of everyone?
Yeah.
Fucking stupid.
All right.
That's not fucking stupid.
It's fine. It's fine. You know what? Okay. It's
I
fine.
We'll figure it out. You people don't need to know who's
We're running.
listening.
We're running low on time here. Yeah.
All right, guys. Thanks for listening. We'll be sure to post when we're gonna put out our next episode, and look on our Instagram for clips. The YouTube video should be streaming soon, so be on the lookout for that.
Don't forget to like and subscribe.
Yep. Like and subscribe. YouTube, Instagram, Facebook might be coming.
Spotify.
Look for us on Spotify.
Yeah. What are the other ones you put the podcast on?
It's Spotify, Anchor, and we're hoping to get Apple Music soon.
And it's under
Apple
as What's the
Podcasts.
Look also?
What's the Look? Thanks, guys. We'll see you later.
I walk in the club, bitch, I'm back again. Thanking God I saw this girl, I'm talking amen. Head to toe in designer, she know how to dress. She got that Bruno Mars shit, she drippin' in finesse. Bounce that shit on the ground, bouncing nice and low. Show me what your mama gave you, show me you a hoe. Do it jiggle, do it wiggle, do that ass clap. Park my car in the blue, she made me handicap. She the devil.